time, the D&D show where I send these little kittens on missions for the Alphabet Mafia. Hi, I'm No Man, and I am a benevolent god, except when I'm not. Hey, chat? Hey, chat? Holy heckaroo! Thank you so much for the support right out the gate. I appreciate you little beans very much. Lee, Loha Kilo coming in hot with 10 and a buff gift sub. And Maikin, thank you for the resub. I appreciate you very much. But you know what how much I appreciate you is I want to introduce you to my super cool friends. Like my friend here, Ella Fane. Hey Ellie, who the heck are you?
Well, hey, hi, hello. I've learned something about myself, and it's that my identity for the week is really closely tied to like whatever game I am playing.
That does seem to be a theme.
So my intros, I think, just moving forward are gonna be like me telling you like 30 seconds to a minute about all the fun games that I've been playing this week. So recently and currently I've been playing Teamfight Tactics, and there's a game mode called Hyper Roll, and I'm really fucking good at it. I've been winning like a lot.
Oh my god.
Oh my fucking god. And also I play Arcadia. She is a Libra, and she's pretty.
Great. Do you have any tawdry gossip about Arcadia?
What have I said? I didn't.
Honestly, being a Libra is throwing enough shade already. We can move on.
That's fair. Actually, you know what? No, I did think of something. As much as she loves the beach and the ocean, she still doesn't like sand getting in those nooks and crannies. You know?
I mean, good? I mean, yeah. I mean, certainly someone does, without a doubt. Have you seen 5-Minute Crafts? Like,
No.
What? What?
I didn't think about that. No, I don't want that.
You didn't think how many of those are fetish videos about getting...
I hate it.
Okay, I take it back.
My innocence is lost now. It's
so tawdry gossip is that she actually does like getting sand in her nooks and crannies. There you go.
God,
Chad.
there we go.
Chad is feral.
Is it like kinetic sand only? Pre-warmed?
I'll never tell.
Wow, perfect. Hey, thank you so much for that very enlightening introduction, and for upsetting Fenice with me. Adrian, who the heck are you? Where could I, what do you do on the internet, Adrian? Okay, what do you do on the internet that other people are allowed to watch? Jesus Christ, Adrian! Great. And who do you play on this show that we're on right now?
Yep.
Wait,
We traveled with a cat. I mean, it was a special medieval version cat, but...
Well, what was his name? Fucking Bias Merch? Wasn't he the cat man?
Yeah.
Who inverted between having the face of a cat and the body of a man, and the the reverse.
Mm-hmm.
That's Honestly, kind of valid. Titus doesn't seem real. What am I? Yeah. They're like, I invented cats. Remember that time Titus invented cats? Right. What is a cat? Okay. Titus invented cat. Hey, Fenice. Who are you?
Oh,
Who-
hello.
Who for
Hello,
you?
hello. Who for me?
Who
Huh.
are you? Fenice. Fenice. Who are you? Fenice. Wait. But Jean Valjean.
What is going on today? Hello, I am Finita Starlight. I am a variety streamer. I do a lot of tabletop RPGs, and the rest is chaos, which is also always in my brain. So that's what you get when I go live as well.
Perfect.
Um,
And who do you play on this game?
I play the Spring Court Eladrin Eden, who is a sorcerer warlock. Wild magic and more. Prestidigitation. And yeah, Todrick Gossip. Eden, aside from obviously missing a body, they're missing now that they've been in the material realm for a few months. The material world.
Wild every time. I can't. I'm sorry, my brain.
But yeah, after being here for a little bit, they are missing their monthly, like, 3-day orgy party weekends. They usually have once a month. You don't really have time in the Feywilds, but, you know, once in a little bit, there's like this huge party in the Spring Court, and they're really missing that good time.
They call it the pollination.
Yes, totally. Because we are in the spring of, like, in the court of roses and flowers, so yeah, definitely, it's the pollination. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Cool. Well, we've learned a lot. Arcadia likes butt sand, Titus doesn't know what cats are, and Eden misses fair orgies. I love Dungeons and Dragons. If you love Dungeons and Dragons, you can support this Dungeons and Dragons game by donating, and in doing so, you can grant me or the players inspiration. You can also cause wild magic surges, hijack the plot to tinker with the tale, summon Blurst creation, and that's a collective effort. That's all of us working together to bring these Blurst babies to life. And you can also cast spells with exclamation spell menu, if you are so inclined. Now, we are... It's not always a collective effort. Loha, you are correct on that point. Okay. Could someone give me a star wipe? I need a delimitation of time.
A what? Who?
A star... Thank you. We cut now! Try, you fucked it up. Try it again. We cut now. No, okay, it doesn't go both ways, Adrian. What, have you never seen a transition? Of course the bisexual has to go both ways. All right, guys. Team Please, please, for the love of all that's holy, can I just have this one thing? Can I have someone wave a hand in front of a camera and say, Star? Close enough. We cut now. Jesus Christ, kill me. We got now to a little stable behind the liminal manor. Now it is sort of in a courtyard, so it is surrounded by the manor, but you can see there is a gate that goes to the outside world, and it is quite a lovely courtyard. Not what you would traditionally associate with a stable. It is curated with an assortment of exotic wildflowers, and the night has fallen, and the jasmine is just starting to bloom. And you walk out there to see Gaius tending to Darling. Darling is having a spa day, and by that I mean Gaius is currently sitting on a stool with her hoof in his hand, being like, oh, just stay still for the god. I know, okay? But like, jeez. And trying to like dig out some gunk from under her hoof. And she just keeps going and like flipping her hair around. He does not notice you approaching.
Darling, let him help you.
Oh, hey Arcadia. I was just, and he kind of stumbles and like brushes. There's like a little bit of like hay attached to his clothes, like stuck in the bottom of his crop top armor here. And he kind of like pulls it out. I was just preparing War Charge, Darling, for you.
That's so thoughtful.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Yep. I even put the plants in her hair that you like in the mane.
What kind of plants would I see?
It's like a pile of dandelions that have been kind of jammed into her mane. Like he tried, but he doesn't know how to braid, so some of them are just like knotted in there, just like kind of tied on.
She takes one of the dandelions and like tucks it in his hair and gives him a little kiss on the cheek.
Cool. So I was thinking, you know, you've been going on a lot of missions lately. Do you need any assistance?
In what way?
Like literally any way. I mean, normally people only have me around to be the getaway driver or like to pretend to be a paladin, you know, that whole thing. But like, I don't know, mostly I've just been like tending to the horses lately, which is cool. And like I get to rush around the racetrack with Zephyr and that's always rad. But like, you know, I'd be cool if I got to hang out with you a bit more. So I thought since you spend all your time doing crime, I could come and do that with you. Bonding.
It would be nice to have someone stay behind with Darling while we go do our crime. Sort of like a stable hand.
Gaius turns towards Titus and just looks at you pleadingly.
Titus says, she's got a point. Like, honestly, there's really not enough room in that cart. That cart's already way too crowded. Any more people, and it's gonna put wrinkles in my nicely pressed coat. Like, no.
Well, no, Titus. I think Gaius could be a good addition.
Oh.
I could bring my own horse.
All right, then.
For Darling.
Yeah.
And we could have 2 centaurs.
Like, no, I wouldn't bring a centaur.
Oh.
You shouldn't, like, if you don't... Titus, you know you can't just, like, ride on centaurs like they're horses.
No, it was for the disguise. Like, do we not have to get disguises again for the horses?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Titus looks over. At Arcadia, we're like, it's okay. He doesn't understand fashion. It's fine.
Well, all right, Gaius, if you'd like to come.
Bring your own horse.
might actually be helpful to have you around. We're going somewhere potentially dangerous.
Okay. I have no fear of danger. I can bring my weapons and yep. That's why I wear this armor, right? With the crop is because I don't fear death or danger. Exposing your vital organs is a sign.
I thought it was to show off these, and she starts to like trace her fingers over his abs.
Hold on. Let's do a little wisdom saberoo here. Let's do a little wisdom saberoo on this boy. Yeah, that's a 5 from our boy. You're just like doing this, and you just feel like a little, as he like drools a little on you, and goes, yep, that's why. I'll get my horse.
Yes, chop chop.
Cool.
Titus like slowly looks down and then like lifts up their shirt to look at their abs. And puts it back down again like, oh.
Could you roll for abs, please?
Do you want just a regular D20 or should I roll like
Yeah, it's a charisma roll, I think. Abs are charisma, babe.
charisma roll? You're doing that on purpose.
Fine, it can be a flat D20.
I'll do it as charisma for the reasons. Titus is a stick. I got a 3. Titus is just flat. Completely flat.
Yeah.
Little concave, maybe even.
Okay,
I kind of wanted
this other horse.
Well, if Darling is the name that Arcadia gave the first horse, I think this
Yeah.
other horse's name should be something like Petey.
Oh no, but this is a horse that named by DRIGGZ. So he named Darling War Charger 360.
Ab ripper.
Ab-Ripper.
He's gonna rename it immediately.
Okay.
Ab Ripper
Ab-
9000.
390X.
Over 9,000.
Okay, Ab-Ripper P90X. Yeah, that's the horse. So
Not affiliated.
no affiliation. No, it's Ab-Ripper CrossFit. Ab-Ripper CrossFit is the other horse. No affiliation. And this horse comes out, and Darling is a beautiful, shiny black horse. Ab-Ripper is a fucked up little guy. Like, this is a stocky, thick horse. Like, horses aren't supposed to have like traps like this guy does.
I like them
Like, this
thick.
guy looks like a brawler. Okay, he's shorter than Darling, but he is got crazy eyes and an untamed mane, and he is a sort of marled brown horse with like a few tufts of white in his mane, and amber eyes. And he walks, he's getting led out by Gaius and immediately starts pulling on the reins towards Arcadia.
What color did you say they were?
I said a merled brown. I don't know if that's a horse term. I it's a dog term.
Are you talking like
You know what?
Like a
This is a
chestnut.
magical world. They do have that.
a merled brown? Hold on, I've got to Google this.
It's called a pinto. If it's brown and white,
Yeah, a pinto.
which is
Oh, you're just talking about a pinto horse? Like a paint?
Holy shit! It's called a pinto horse. Like
Yes.
pinto.
that's
Pinto
what-
ally.
or a paint?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Wait, it's so cute.
he's an ally.
Yeah, this
A
is
pinto
this
horse,
is-
and it says ally. Maybe the pinto spots right ally across its ass.
It does now if you blur your eyes a little bit. But his name's Ab-Ripper. And he starts pulling on the reins to get towards Arcadia.
Does he reach her?
No, Gaius is like holding him back. He's like, whoa, Ab-Ripper, chill, dude. Come on. Whoa. I don't know what
Can
do you say.
I do an animal handling? check
Heel.
to see Animal
Gaius does know how to
handling.
handle horses. I don't. Okay. Yeah, animal handling.
I'm so sorry. I don't want to. Just a quick question. If I mute myself, does our beautiful stable sound go with it?
I don't think it does. Oh, now it does, yeah. It didn't before in the test. Ripperoonie. Ally.
Ally. Okay. Animal handling. $22.
Oh, yeah. So, Abripper just kind of... What do you say to Abripper? What are you trying to do with this animal handling check?
Trying to discern whether it's like an aggressive, like, I'm gonna fuck you up kind of, or if it like just really is eager to see me and to greet me and to say hi.
You definitely get the second vibe off of it.
Okay. So Arcadia is going to approach Abripper.
Cool. Abripper, like, goes on its hind legs and does a big, like, with the front legs, like a wheelie, but he's a horse. And so he's, like, taller than you. And with that super high animal handling roll, you can tell what this is. This is like a puppy with no chill who doesn't know how big he is. And will, like, you know,
trained very well.
has not been trained, does not know anything, does not know ABCs, does want to play, does not play nice.
Okay, so after he kind of rears, I'm gonna wait for him to put his front hooves on the ground, and she's gonna go up to him with a little slice of apple in her palm, with an open hand.
Yeah, roll me another animal handling check. You're about to lose your damn hand. Kids, don't do this. If you see a horse misbehaving, don't feed it from your hand.
Friendship.
Oh no.
That's an 8.
Hey, chat, you know how you can grant this? Too late! You had your chance. Yeah, so hold on. Let me pull up a little. Yeah, what's up?
As I forgot, because of my cool feat as an animal handler.
Yeah.
Don't I get advantage on animal handling checks?
Your feat is a getaway driver. So you have advantage on animal handling checks when driving.
She does it in the carriage. No, I'm just kidding.
She gets in the carriage and does it again. Cool. Not me look. Hold on. Does everybody settle the fuck down while I look up the damage for a horse bite?
No.
Oh shit! These guys fuck. Okay.
I would like to register a complaint.
Yeah.
Okay. I would not have done this.
Uh-huh.
I felt like it was very misleading to say that the horse was like excited and happy to see me with a 22 if it was gonna bite my hand.
Hi, Chase the Ghost. Welcome, Raiders. Hi, friends. This is a good reminder for everyone. If a dog is very excited to play with you and jumping up on its hind legs and lunging at you, maybe feeding it out of your hand is a great way to get bit. Not out of anger.
I sincerely disagree.
We can fight about this all day.
That's fine.
Okay, here's what I'll give you. I am going to give you half damage because he's not biting to attack you. He's biting because he wants that apple so freaking bad and does not care about depth perception very much.
Sure.
Okay, so you only take 4 bludgeoning damage. But it hurts. That's a lot. That's like...
Horse bites hurt a lot.
She drops the apple and she not like shrieks, not like a high pitch, but like she kind of like lets out like a yell, like a like it fucking hurt.
Abripper immediately goes down and just chases the apple. And like starts like...
How does Gaius react?
Gaius has gone white in the face. And Here's what he does, actually. He jumps on Abripper. He, like, throws his whole body on Abripper's, like, neck and head and just, like, holds him around his, like, neck, around the horse head, and is, like, throwing. He's like, no, bad horse. We don't bite Arcadia or also anyone, but especially Arcadia. Not chill, dude. And Abripper doesn't give a single fuck. He's still chomping.
Arcadia's kind of like massaging her hand. And she kind of gives a very judgmental, like, up and down at Gaius and says, I feel a little misled by your capabilities.
Yep, I think that proves it. We should probably leave him behind.
But what do you mean? I'll defend you against any horse. I will fight any horse for you.
I don't need you to fight a horse.
I
need you
will,
to
though.
Train your horse.
You think Abripper's my horse? No, War Charger's my horse. I mean...
You mean, darling, my horse.
Yes. Your recently acquired horse was a horse that I had previously worked on training for years. And I think she's doing a pretty good job. I think she's doing great. Abripper was just the leftovers that I was stuck with. Nobody wants him.
If you can't handle leftovers, I'm not sure you can handle yourself on a mission.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'll put like a muzzle on him or something.
I'm riding with Arcadia on Darling.
Let's go, Gaius.
Okay. God, Abripper, you're really fucking this up for me. What the fuck, dude? Thought I gave you the wingman talk. Jesus. And he's like, you just see him like fighting with this horse and just like ends up like throwing some apples on the ground so he can saddle him because this horse is having none of it. Wingmane, thank you. And yeah, and then you had a and I'll say at that point is when Eden's sword emerges. And Eden, I'm curious, what procession of your menagerie have you brought with you?
I'm pretty sure I can't really like tell anything to Estelle, so Estelle is on her like, usual behavior, so she's probably with us.
Yeah.
The rest of my menagerie, I mean, I guess I would have Pinto was there. I heard ally being spoken.
Well, there is a Pinto horse, so there can be a Pinto.
There is a Pinto horse. Oh,
doesn't talk,
okay.
though.
Okay. Interesting.
Not bad attitude.
All right. But yeah, I guess I would have asked Pinto if he wanted to come.
Ally.
Okay.
Ally.
Sure. You can go with us, Pinto.
Ally.
And I feel like Andaloke can come if she wants to.
Okay, Pinto is riding on Andaloke.
Perfect.
That seems right.
Yep. And the
You never
imagery
heard
is
Yeah,
Eden is a sword
Eden's a
with
sword.
Estelle on the
What is
kind of
Estelle?
like Estelle is my baby.
Okay, but I'm just saying for maybe new people who don't
New
know
people.
who all these NPCs are, who are getting
Right.
introduced to 100 menagerie NPCs at once.
Estelle is okay. So Estelle is Eden's wild magic baby. She is a little Fergapy combo.
Yeah.
With wings and galaxy eyes, and she's very pretty and very mischievous. And then Pinto is our Necromancer, very important. He's down there on stream. He's a cutie and he's an ally. He's the best ally of allies.
Ally.
Ally. And then Andaloke is my long furby, flying long furby, which would be my mount, but I'm a sword, so it's kind of just like what I'm imagining is Estelle riding the sword, as she's been doing for a while. Pinto is riding Andaloke, and we're just like kind of like cruising, you know.
Okay, you're just cruising through the air, but Estelle is 100% convinced you're racing.
Yes,
and Pinto
of
has
course.
no idea, but does want to stay with you. So is like also, so you guys are going so fucking fast now. You're like
We're just
zooming around the courtyard.
as they're like fixing the horses and stuff. We're doing a little race of our own. Yeah.
Amazing. And luckily everyone is kind of used to this by now. Amazing. So is there, before we leave the Liminal Manor, does anyone have something that they would like to say that they have canonically brought with them from the manor?
Titus has the book from the heist, the museum heist. They are not leaving that because they don't trust any books in the manor to not be wiped clean.
Valid.
Still really mad about getting all of their notes incinerated, though. On the inside, they're crying. So they've got the book with them and the cat version of the watch for the day as well. Installed the watch into the cat mechanic build and kitty.
Yeah, there is a list of, someone asked in chat if there is a list of all the NPCs on the website that Free Geek made, and there is, but I don't think it's updating because we keep adding more. And you know what? We're gonna add some more today. So just buckle up, and if you don't remember, that's okay. It wasn't your turn with the brain cell. And don't worry, it's not mine either. So with that note, we take off. We leave the Liminal Manor and start heading through the woods. So not directly to the woods here. Let me heading towards the woods, I guess. Let me see if I can pull up a nice little map. Oh no, did I do the thing where I have 400 tabs open and I don't remember which one's right? Sure sounds like it. Okay, we'll use your mind palace. You start through, it is evening, so it is dark now, and you start out through the city, and you manage to escape under the darkness, with Darling, the sort of flying brigade, and then Gaius and Abripper beside you. And they're like, Gaius is just on horseback, versus Arcadia and Titus are in the little carriage chariot. And you, Eden, you are flying, but you would also be the one who has to be navigating, because the map you were given was a Fae map. So it has lots of things in it that wouldn't necessarily make sense to a non-Fae. So as you sort of proceed through, you kind of get to the gates of the city, and you manage to sneak out through a side area, and you proceed out to the road. You come to the first crossroads. Now, typically, the design of this continent is such to avoid crossroads. They are considered hubs of wild magic and very dangerous. But this map says specifically, go to the first crossroad you see, turn in a circle, and think about a bad day when it rained.
Yep.
Titus's brain is literally thinking every day that rains is a bad day.
Perfect. So Eden, could you give me an Arcana check with advantage?
Yes, I can. Oh, that is so satisfying. 21.
Okay. So immediately you can you are able to go to the crossroad and sort of do this visualization spinning exercise. And then all of a sudden, the rest of you just feel this like sudden drop, like you're walking and missed a step and fall down, and then when you kind of catch yourself, there is a forest in front of you now. And it is made primarily of, you see that the forest has two sort of main areas. And one is oaks, and one of it is primarily birches. And the map says to follow the storytellers. So you can either give me an Arcana roll or a Nature roll.
I am going to keep Arcanaing it out because
I cannot do this any longer.
Thank you.
My very poor Scottish attempt.
Oh God, that was Scottish.
Well, it was stretching it to sound kind of Scottish, because I can't do
I'm
this.
using my less inspiration.
Arcana, do this. It was a stretch.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna keep the best one, which is a 10.
Uh-oh. Okay. You are not really sure. You know that in the Feywild, there are certain trees that are more talkative than others, certain ones who do a lot more communication with each other, and then certain ones that are more solitary and quieter. And so you think the storyteller probably refers to the more talkative trees, but you're not 100% sure which is which.
I'm gonna tell this to everybody, and I am going to approach specifically Arcadia, as I have learned that she's very in touch with, nature and all of these things. So I'm gonna ask you if you could perhaps maybe help me. Do you think you could perhaps, I don't know, check with the trees?
I don't know if I've ever spoken to a tree before. I can speak to animals and to the sea, but she kind of smiles and looks at you, Eden, in your sword form. May I hold you?
Sure.
And she tries to sort of channel her divinity, using her spectral vines to kind of reach from Eden's sword at a cool tree that she sees.
Okay.
Can I nature check to see which tree might look cool to me?
Okay, there is a lot that is happening at once. Okay, so you are trying to tell which tree looks cooler. You are trying to use Eden's sword, to wield Eden's sword, and you are trying to channel divinity, which is a vine base, it is connecting with nature, as you are a nature paladin. Okay. I'm gonna have you do 2 rolls, a nature check and an arcana check. They're both gonna give you different things.
And if she's holding me, could I maybe perhaps assist with the arcana check, as I have proficiency on it?
No, because you already did an arcana check for the same thing, so you can't just do it again, but I appreciate that. I love the spirit.
I'm looking out.
Yeah.
All right, so the nature roll was low. I think I got a 5.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry,
7.
7. And then my arcana was 16.
Okay. Yeah, all the trees look pretty cool. Not a ton of trees on Zaphos. You are more palm trees are your big things, but birches and oaks, not so much. But you do notice that the birches there are a lot of mushrooms around their root systems. You might know something about that. And with that Arcana check, though, so describe what it looks like to me when you channel divinity. So you have this. So for anyone who doesn't know, Eden is a legendary weapon right now. Literally is a legendary weapon. A sword called Storm Bloom that is made of lightning and roses. So what does this look like?
So Arcadia goes to one of the birches because she knows, as a friend to Gnome Anne, that mushrooms communicate with trees. So that might be indicative of that they are more talkative. I listen. And so she's going to go up to one of the birches and she's sort of just holding on to Eden. And so she's, from her hands, kind of closing her eyes, and she's basically trying to infuse like herself with Eden.
Wow, okay.
Through this like nature entwining of thorns and vines and roses, and have those vines kind of reaching out to one of the birches.
Okay, Eden, could you give me a survival check with advantage?
11. I'm rolling like absolute. I roll a 5 and a 3. You guys, you can give inspiration to us, like, if you want to, like, help me out, because I've been rolling with advantage. I got one good roll. The rest has been absolute crap.
Yeah.
Pepperoonies.
The dice are being a real birch tonight.
What the birch? Such a birch.
They're being a bit naughty.
I think I saw that coming.
Fenice looks so upset she could burl.
Way to stick it to the man. Okay.
Okay, I'll leave it alone now.
Oh, I see.
I'm in pain. I'm suffering. I'm gonna cry now.
That's great. Fajoli! Thank you for donating $40 to grant everyone inspiration, I'm assuming.
Oh, Fajoli.
And Adrian! Wait, Adrian also gave $40? Or Anonymous! Oh, sorry, it's on Adrian's face and I got confused.
I was like, who's tapping my pocketbook right now?
Adrian's like, wait a second.
Wait.
Well, holy heck, Fajoli and Anonymous, two of my favorite people. Everyone, I hope you all feel a little more inspired. So here's what happens. A hush seems to come over the forest for a moment. And all the birds that were chattering to each other, they're still there in the distance, but for a moment, you can hear the rustle of the leaves around you a little more keenly as everything seems to fall a bit quieter. And Arcadia, you reach out with your senses. You call on your goddess and feel that familiar response, that little echo, that urging you, pushing you forward, that call to nature. And next to you, the creek starts to churn, and out in front of you, you extend Stormbloom, Eden. And your mind is clouded by the network of the forest. You can see the tapestry of nature laid out before you. But Titus, You look at this and you just see Arcadia with glazed eyes extending Eden out forwards and roses blooming from the hilt and vines extending out with thorns that start to roll off of the sword onto the path before you, loop around the base of the birch tree and the trunk, and almost crawl forward across the path. And you can see up ahead a few of the mushrooms on the ground bioluminesce and shed a dim green glow. Now you only rolled a 7. It's not very far ahead. But you can see part of the path laid out before you.
Arcadia opens her eyes. Eden, Titus, look. She points to the mushroom that have started to glow.
Do you think that's edible?
I was thinking more like that's the path we should follow.
Well,
Yeah,
of course.
I think you're right.
Yes.
What
And
does-
then, sorry, in that moment, Gaius is still on the horse and leans down to you, like is right next to you. He's like, "Hey, did you make the mushrooms light up?"
I think I helped. I think the forest is speaking to us.
Whoa. Can you hear it now?
She
Was that Wolf
closes
the
her-
Forest? Can you hear?
Yes, I can hear it all. You just need to listen.
Arcadia, I haven't really told you this, but I really don't like wolves.
Why not?
Why not?
Is it the abs?
Shit, I forgot that you were in the sword. Okay, you are right. Oh, hey, Eden. It's
She's
so-
holding me.
I
I'm
know. You're literally like he thinks he's so subtle, and you're literally right there. You're like still mind melded, and he's like, "Fuck." Right. Hi, Eden. My definitely not rival. So yeah, I actually love. I know. I can defeat any wolf in hand-to-hand combat, and to paw.
That sounds like an owl.
Wolves make great companions. They're very loyal. You don't need
Arcadia
it
just whispers to
necessarily.
herself. That's a raven.
Titus has no idea what any animal looks like. They literally have only lived in cities before.
You see,
Yeah,
in the
that's what I
Feywilds,
said,
there's
right?
like this night galaxy wolf that is really cool. It's like triple the size of the ones that I've seen in this one.
I could fight it.
No, you don't need to fight it. They're
But I
actually
could.
really. Sure. Okay. Why do you need to fight it?
I don't know. Cause it's a wolf.
Okay.
I've never met a wolf.
We use it like mounts for like our hunting like tournaments and stuff.
Hey, Eden. I
Yeah.
don't know if I've ever told you this, but you're terrifying.
Thank you.
Is it because she has better abs than you?
She's a sword. She doesn't have any abs.
Oh, I
Yeah,
have so
abs
many
of
abs. You
steel.
have no idea.
Abs of steel.
Oh, you got me there. I'm bamboozled so easily.
Well, shall we follow the glowing mushrooms?
Yeah, we shall. Let's go.
All right. Follow the glowing mushrooms. Let's go.
Could Titus like get a sample of the glowing mushrooms to like throw into a container? Because they want to see if they can like use it to create something that glows like mechanically for funsies.
Sure. Yeah. You can probably pick a handful as you go.
Oh my god,
Oh.
can you pick
Titus
some for
wouldn't-
me for my
Arcadia's gonna
like-
stop you from doing that.
From picking them? No, Titus would want to like smudge off the glowy bit off of a mushroom, not pick a whole mushroom.
I think you should ask it permission first.
Oh. Is this someone's
forest
garden?
is-
I guess that makes sense.
Forrest, would it be okay if I picked a few? I have like a few animals that I'm taking care of, and I'm sure that they would love it. They're trapped in the room. It would be really, really nice if I had some glowing mushrooms for them. I know that Kidney is gonna love them.
I like.
And Pinto.
No, I like.
Great. Could you give me a nature roll, Eden?
Yep. I sure can. Oh, 30-20.
Yeah.
So here's what happens. You say this, call out to the forest, and you feel a sense of affirmation. But then you do look over, and Estelle is just eating one of the bioluminescent mushrooms.
Estelle, do you want to, like, burn the entire thing again? You can't just eat everything you see, Estelle.
Titus's eyes get really big when you mention
out.
fire, because they are very nervous about talking about fire near plants in general that he thinks are sentient.
Estelle, I don't want you to be sick. Please, spit out.
No somersault.
Okay, but you go over there for a little bit until we know that you're not gonna explode the entire thing again, okay?
She flies away with a mouthful of mushrooms.
Well, Forrest, I guess my child was hungry. Thank you for providing food for her. She doesn't know when to stop sometimes.
Hungry little mischief. But yes, you do get the sense that it is all right to harvest these mushrooms.
I feel a sense of affirmation for the forest is accepting our request. So I will pick just a few and put it like, not pick, I will help Titus cut gently a little bit around the stems, so like you get a little bit of the
Hello.
the hairies that go down, in the network, so it's like already rooted and ready to be plopped into the thing.
Titus pulls out the most beautiful looking ornate green glass like faceted sided jar that looks like it's probably made out of lead glass. And carefully with some soil in there and some nutrients creates almost what looks like a little like seal terrarium kind of dealio.
Where the mushrooms were harvested, Arcadia is going to drop some rose petals as an offering.
You do that, and you see, as from where the rose petal landed, a mushroom, fruits. It just kind of sprouts almost immediately.
Oh,
I think
that's
we
a
might
neat trick.
I think we might be in the right track to keep going.
Could I
Is
say
it a
that
glowing-
Titus? Oh, good. I was gonna say Titus would also like have like crumbles of charcoal and ash in their pocket from just various things, and like put a couple of little chunks of charcoal down there too.
Right.
Because
They don't sprout per se. But...
no, they wouldn't sprout, but like charcoal and stuff is like fertilizer basically. It can be. Depends on what the charcoal's made out of.
Okay, sure. This magic charcoal.
Magic charcoal. It's what's the activated charcoal? No, not activated charcoal. Shoot. I don't know. Titus has so many pockets. They literally have infinite pockets.
Yeah. Titus, you know what, with an offering, it is the thought that counts. So I think...
Does the mushroom that sprouted, is it also glowing?
No, it's not.
Okay.
But it is kind of rose-colored. Pinkish tone.
Dang it.
Can I do a nature check? Or
Yeah.
Arcana or Religion check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pick one. They'll each one will give
I
you different
know.
information. So it depends what you're trying to learn.
I'll do a Religion check. 17.
Okay. 17. With 17, you... You have learned more of Venus since you took your pledge and have kind of spent time meditating. Especially when you learned more about, after meeting her, after actually speaking to your god, you learned that she wasn't quite all the love and light that you had originally thought, but had a bit of a darker side as well. Still had the harmony, but also saw the destruction and renewal as part of that beauty, of that harmony that she values. Of war as a side of love, of passion and anger as a side of joy and beauty. And so when you see this transformation happening, this flower petal that you have kept magically fresh through your connection with Venus, tossed on the ground, and watch it sort of almost decompose instantly and then feed the mycorrhizal network below it and fruit again in a mushroom that is directly reminiscent of it. Although this isn't Venus's work directly, you see the echoes of her message in it. And you think it's not so different from what you're used to.
I think we're on the right track.
Yeah, when Eden said that, Faye would have like gone over and checked on Estelle, because even though Faye said that to go over there, Faye can't just leave little baby alone. So we're going to be over kind of babysitting.
Estelle did it where she flew away, but then immediately went behind a tree and started following you back, as close.
And I'm following her, following me. That's great. Okay, cute.
Great. Yeah, you're following each other. When you see her, you see that she's got her cheeks chipmunked full of mushrooms. They're just she can't. Yeah,
double cheeked up on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. And her face is glowing slightly because of all the mushrooms she has stuffed in her mouth. So she is kind of almost looks like a little will-o'-the-wisp, because she has a glowing little white fluff on the air.
I think Estelle will I think Eden will legit laugh when Faye noticed her child. The glowing cheeks and be like, okay, I forgive you. You're too cute. Come over here.
Titus gives them a wider berth.
Great.
Just in case.
Estelle goes, yes, and goes to jump towards Eden, and then you just kind of hear her go, when she jumps, she goes, and starts flapping, looking stressed.
Okay, you can just let it out.
Is she choking?
Kind of looks like she might be choking a little.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't have any hands. I am going to slightly pet her with the broad side of the sword, just kind of gently on her back, pop pop pop.
Pop pop pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Could you give me a medicine check?
Sure.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
13. 1-3.
Great. So you manage to kind of help her just dislodge this mushroom, kind of you know the thing about Estelle. She was stressed, okay? She was under a lot of pressure. She hasn't learned great emotional regulation. And she has got a mouth full of magical mushrooms.
Yes.
And so, could everyone except Titus give me a dexterity saving throw?
Yep.
I'm glad I moved. It was like
17.
Mama Bear know how to move.
I was ready for it.
You
I
learn.
was like, I know that this is going to happen. It's going to happen
7.
again.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, you kids saw it coming as a mushroom cloud of poison spores erupts from Estelle's mouth in a 20-foot radius for 8d6 poison damage. Thank you, Lohakilo, for that fireball. A poison mushroom fireball today. Now, the good news is Eden. You save on your dex save, so you take half damage, and you are resistant to poison. So you take an extra half damage. So you take 6 poison damage. Okay. The bad news, Arcadia, you fail your dex save. And as far as I'm aware, are not resistant to poison damage. So you take 26 poison damage. As does Gaius. He goes, oh fuck! What the hell?
Don't yell at my child. She just didn't know, okay?
Gaius just starts vomiting. Like, what the oh god! Ah!
Arcadia, are you okay?
She's like coughing, like heaving and coughing, and she looks
Oh.
really injured.
Okay. Gaius comes over to you and goes, Arcadia, could I lay my hands? Could I lay you hands on? Could I hand you?
Please.
Okay.
Yes, get handsy.
Can I hand you?
And he is going to give you 7 hit points. That's all I got.
How injured is he?
I mean, about 26 points of poison and a lower level than you, so not thriving, bloodied mechanically for sure, Aziz.
Okay, she's gonna heal herself for 20, and she's going to put her hand back on Titus's abs and heal him for 5.
Gaius.
Oh, sorry, Gaius.
We've established Titus does not have abs.
Titus is literally gonna do nothing but work out in their free time until they have abs, though.
Great. Next downtown activity. Okay, so you put your hand on Gaius's abs and do your lay on hands. You said how many?
For 5.
5. So you just see as the abs like flex and clench, and just that area no longer looks jaundiced. The abs are healed. And Gaius looks a little less green around the gills, but not thriving still. Like, cool. I'm gonna just gonna stay on the horse for now. Okay.
I'm gonna go towards Gaius floating, and as I stop, I'm like, it's okay. I'm not gonna. No, it's fine. I'm not trying to do anything bad. You see that thing over there on the in the carriage? That was my bag. In my bag, there's like 2 potions of healing over there. You can grab one. Don't grab the other one. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
It's the red one.
What the? Okay, just like, why are there? What? How is there so much in here? What the?
Listen,
Okay.
don't ask questions. Don't touch anything else. Just grab the potion of healing. If not, I'll smack you.
What does this even do? Why are there so many attachments?
What is it?
You don't want to know.
Okay. Jesus. Is it this one? And he pulls out a red vial.
Yes, that is
Okay.
the one.
And I drink it with my mouth.
Yes, you can drink it with your mouth. It's a potion of healing. It's a regular potion of healing. I had 2 in my bag, plus a potion of binding, so you
Okay.
can have one.
Cool. Yeah, shots. And he downs it like a shot and kind of. Oh, all right. Cool. Hey, you know what, Eden? You're all right. I'm sorry. I called you terrifying before. You're pretty chill.
Oh no, I took that as a compliment. I'm okay with that.
Of course. Alright. Also, canonically, the horses are fine and never take damage. Just clarifying in case anyone was concerned.
Yeah, Titus was the one holding the reins because Titus moved off a little bit. We're like,
I refuse to let her. Amazing. Alright.
That's 7. 7 more healing. I rolled the 2d4.
And with that note, we continue our journey deeper into the forest, following the network of birch trees and mushrooms and their soft glow of illumination. With Estelle not looking quite as happy as she was earlier on the journey, and only $51 away from a blur's creation. I wonder what the next encounter will be. But we're gonna take a quick break. So, DJ Ellie, you wanna spin the beats?
Spin those beats.
I definitely do. You know, I changed some soundboard things, and
You don't have a beat to spin?
Just
I can spin a beat.
Let's not be hasty. Let's not be hasty.
I have a lot of intrusive thoughts today. They're going in the chat. Sorry, not sorry.
Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to press that button. Fear me, this is the one I meant to press. Oh, I guess that's-
Babbity boopity babby.
Are we there?
Yep. What?
Okay. I did.
Did you put up a phone
No, I
number?
didn't yet. Do you want me to? I did, but I did the
Oh,
wrong
wait.
button. I don't know what I'm doing.
I feel like I'm real close to finding it, you know?
Like, okay.
You know what I mean?
No. You know what, guys? I gotta pee. Mics are hot. Like, Ellie will get there when she goddamn gets there. I'm just gonna put our faces back up because we're talking anyway and everyone's here, but I need a little rant moment. Hi,
You love
guys.
the rant though.
I need a little rant moment because recently I'm like on my autism train, and so I think about it a lot, and it's hard for me to make content about stuff other than what I'm thinking about a lot. And what I've been thinking about a lot is mycotoxins and autism. And I have a whole mycotoxin series coming out, so buckle up, motherfuckers. But
Is some of this inspired by the campaigns because we've been talking about them so much, specifically for bringing Hemlock around? Like, is it like generating some of your thoughts about it's just in general?
bold of you to assume that it's not the opposite. That I didn't put it in the campaign because it's all I think about all day.
That makes more sense. I mean, I know we're inspiring, but not that inspiring.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I posted a few like silly little lighthearted jokes about autism. They all blew up, but now I keep getting DMs from people asking me if they are autistic. Like people messaging me or telling me like, "Hello, my child is autistic. What should I do?"
Like, good luck, Chuck. See a
I
doctor.
don't fucking know. Like don't.
Oh,
but,
see somebody.
I'm like not me. I don't have kids.
I don't know.
I'm not a kid and I don't have kids. I'm like, please don't ask me this. I'm just like, I don't know, dude. Like your best, I guess. Like, yeah.
Look.
It's so stressful. I'm like, I get so many comments like that. They're like, what should I do? Or that people being like, I think I'm autistic. What should I do? Do you think I'm autistic? I'm like, people like describing their symptoms and stuff to me. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, the missing social cues, you nailed that symptom, but let's see. Do you have autism tarot cards? Jesus. Yeah, so I've been a little stressed bean lately in content land. I just want to go back to, I need to talk about just D&D more because actually no, people yell at me about that too. There's no escaping. Hi everybody, welcome back to Be Gay Do Crime, the D&D show that's about Dungeons and Dragons and definitely not about mushrooms and autism. Hi. Whence last we spoke, our intrepid heroes were trepidly heroing through the woods. Off to grandmother's house they go. And chat, I'm gonna tell you real honest, I got 2 encounters in my head. And which one comes up depends on y'all. Okay?
Sounds very trepidatious.
It's yeah. So it's time to delete your social media and make all the accounts. Yeah, Sparks. I'm getting there. So you are. Oh, geez. Hi, Ellie.
Ooh.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Sorry.
For free? For me?
Hey.
Gay. Hold on.
You're so
I need to take a moment.
We all fail our wisdom save.
We all fail our wisdom saving throws, yes.
Okay. And so you start to, you continue through the forest, and you notice you look back to the map, Eden, and you see guidance, follow where the cats whistle, and you know what this refers to. You know that this is the sort of reeds in the swampy area, so you kind of divert yourself towards a marshier area. It's still clearly forest, but the ground becomes a bit muddier. It sticks to the wheels of your chariot a bit as they spin, kind of losing traction. The horses are slowing down, and you are proceeding at a bit of a slower clip. The mushrooms are no longer illuminated, and it is quite dark in here. The canopy overhead is very thick, and so even the stars and the moon are barely visible. Just a little bit of moonlight streaming between the leaves dotting the ground in front of you is most of what you see. It is quite dim, although I'm sure you all have dark vision.
I do. Really roughly what it hurts.
The camera was just quaking to follow Titus. You continue a bit further, and you come to some willows that make like a curtain of foliage in front of you that you have to sort of pass through to advance further, and they are obscuring your vision even more. You see sort of in front of you in the path you were going, there is just the mud and the thick willows and their gnarled roots. And then to the right, there is a pond with reeds surrounding it. And to the left, there is a sort of cliff face that has some caves in it a little bit, and has sort of damp, musky kind of drip from there, but it is pitch black in that direction. What would you like to do?
Titus does not want to go into the cave. It sounds wet.
What does it say now, Eden?
Are those the last of the steps to take, or is there more in the map?
The last step is to follow the raven calls.
Titus hears frogs in the distance. Says, there they are.
Those are frogs, I'm pretty sure.
Did you say something about the reeds?
No, that was the cat.
What's a cat?
What you made right there actually looks like one.
So
Nah, I don't see it.
Okay. The raven calls. Do we hear any raven calls here in the
give me a
swamp?
perception check.
17.
So you kind of strain your ears to listen for raven calls. But you know this is a Fey map. So you know
Mhm.
that it's never so simple as expecting exactly what it says.
Right.
You also know that ravens are tricksters and excellent imitators. They can sound like almost anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you hear a few calls up ahead, but what you think the map's probably trying to say is like this is almost like a trick in sort of a Fey way of like the raven's call is like it's like how if you've ever followed an Italian recipe and it ends with and cook until done. You know, like that's sort of it's like follow the raven call is like cook until done. You're almost there now. Cook until done.
Okay. So as I hear these calls and am reminded of my ways, the ways of my people, I start looking around for things that are hiding, but not really.
Okay.
Like
You-
true Fae, they're there. Your eye just doesn't see them. But they could be there. You just need to know what to look at.
Okay. Yeah. Give me another perception check. This time with advantage.
Natural 20 for a 26.
Woo.
Okay. You look ahead on the path that goes just along the cliffside, sort of on the edge of the willows. And you're looking and you're trying to think Feyly, you know? And you see that there are puddles on the ground. Now, this is a marsh, there's lots of puddles, but there's something about these that feels familiar. There's like an iridescence to them. They seem to be, you know, things are a little murky with your dark vision, but they stand out to you as something that is seen unseen, something that is integrated with the landscape, but not of the landscape.
As I'm wandering off carrying Estelle, I'm like explaining to Estelle, I'm maybe telling her a story. And I'm like, you see, Estelle, like you just need to look. You need to see things and in a way where, you know, when you're hiding, we're playing hide and seek.
Yeah.
You know when you're hiding the best?
Yes.
When you're right in front of everybody, but nobody sees you.
And Estelle puts her wings over her and then starts plummeting to the ground and then puts them back out and starts flapping again. To get back up to you.
Not quite, but come, look.
Yes.
And I show her, and I show like maybe a bigger puddle, and then I show her the one that I just laid my vibration eyes, because that's how I'm feeling. Like I perceive the world as a sword. I'm just vibrating constantly, and I pick back. It's almost like an echolocation type of deal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had a lot of time to think about this. But as I'm picking up a different type of like bubbliness from coming from this thing, I'm like, do you see how these are the same?
No, Summers.
Yes, because they're not the same.
Yes, hot. And Estelle extends one of her long, furry toes towards the iridescent puddle.
I'm gonna actually do very much the same thing with the tip of my sword, though.
Cool. Hold, please.
Yep.
Fake-o-location. I like it.
All right. So you touch the puddle, and it feels like oil. Like it feels like not mud or creek or marsh. It feels like viscous. And Estelle takes her little furry foot out and just like shakes it, like, "Gang."
Yeah, I'll take it.
No somersault. No somersault. And then as she's kind of down, you're like near there. You look
No,
to
ma'am.
your left on the cave face, on the cliff face, just the rock wall, and you see two beady eyes, yellow scleras, and pinprick pupils staring back at you from seemingly inside the wall.
Morgana?
Hello.
No. Morgana. No.
Friend? I'm speaking in Sylvan.
It responds in Sylvan. Friend.
We're friends.
Friend stranger who.
I am Eden, and this is Estelle.
Estelle.
Hey, guys!
Are you
Eden, who are you talking to?
you're talking to a puddle?
No, I'm talking.
And you look back and the eyes are gone and it's just a cliff face.
There was a friend, but I think they're shy.
Oh. Plant? Animal? Humanoid?
Doesn't matter.
Where did they go?
They were right there, and I point with the tip over to the cliff face. We're just two eyes right there.
Titus walks immediately over to the cliff face.
So will Arcadia, and she wants to do an investigation for the eyes.
Great. Could you give me an investigation check?
Both of us? Or just?
One's enough.
Okay.
I thought these dice would be better because I'm being bullied.
Yeah.
I got a 6.
Looks like a rock.
I don't see anything.
Maybe granite. But could you give me a perception check, please?
Should I also do a perception check since I didn't do the investigation?
Sure, Titus. You give me a perception check.
13.
Okay.
Passive wisdom is perception check, right?
You're just gonna roll a perception check. It's a skill called perception.
There it is. It's above performance.
It's a
I kept
most
looking at
used skill
performance.
check.
I literally kept looking at performance. I was like, that's the wrong one.
Sorry, I was trying to say that without sounding like a bitch.
It was perfect.
It didn't work.
Yeah, I got an 11, I think.
Okay.
Oh,
so
wait.
you-
Oh, no. I got a nat 20. It hadn't finished rolling because it froze.
Oh, shit.
23, baby.
So here's what happens. Titus, you go to lean in to the wall, and Arcadia like leans right over you. In her kind of low-cut chainmail or low-cut scale mail, in a way that you kind of get distracted and look back at her instead of at the wall. And that's why you see, as right behind her head, floating midair, 2 yellow eyeballs appear. And what looks to be like a little hand kind of starts reaching out towards her.
Titus reaches out and links fingers with the hand that was reaching toward her. But reaches up across in front of the boobage and then over the shoulder so they don't see the hand coming until it's too late.
Give me a stealth check.
Would I get advantage because of the size of Arcadia's boobs?
Sorry, what?
Could I have that with advantage because I would be using the curvature of Arcadia's boobs to hide the hand before grabbing the hand?
Yeah, you can. You get partial cover from Arcadia's titties.
Happy to help.
Wait, I don't actually know how to do it with a
And
bow.
that's called using the help action.
I would roll it twice for the. Oh, I don't need it. I had a nat 20 on the first roll.
Shut up!
What?
Guys, so fucking funny.
I did. You said sleight of hand or stealth? Oh, they're both +3. I guess it doesn't matter.
I was saying stealth because you're trying to not be seen, but it could definitely be a sleight hand because this is a very slight hand. Like, I
being a
want to
little
make it
handsy.
clear, this is like a little baby doll hand. Like, you know how everyone used to wear those little hands on their fingers and clap with them? Like, that's how big it is. It's like a little hand, and it's black and sticky.
God, you just like grab
And
me like
so-
this.
Adrienne.
I told you my thoughts in chat. I'm so sorry.
Okay, yeah. Who needs to roll a d20 when you can roll D's double D's? No. You managed to grab the little sticky hand.
Is he
and-
sticky?
Oh, it's sticky. Yeah.
Titus doesn't like that.
Yeah. And it goes, well, and you see another hand reach out, and it's reaching for Arcadia's hair.
Titus reaches their other hand around the other side of their head. Do I do another sleight of hand?
Do I notice Titus doing anything?
Yeah, of course you do. Titus is directly in front of you now, reaching around you with both sides to reach over your head, like right here.
Just
okay?
reaching around
like
your neck.
encompassing you, and you also hear behind you.
Okay, I turn to look at whatever is saying that.
You turn around and you are eye to eye with this creature. Now, the creature is small, but the eyes are huge. We got lemur proportions here, baby. And it is so close to your face. And it goes, stranger. No. And it's like pulling on its little hands. No.
In Sylvan, she says, "We are friends of the forest."
Titus would respond also in Elvish. Touching
Okay, I'm gonna
people's
say
hair.
Elvish is essentially broken Sylvan in this case. Like it's like this thing speaking Latin and you speak Italian back. It's like it's adjacent, but it's like a
Like
little
Spanish and
different, okay?
Portuguese.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Titus in
Okay.
Elvish says, "It is not kind to touch one's hair without permission, especially with such tiny little sticky fingers." But like politely, but like I caught you, but politely.
No hair, shiny, no. And
yeah,
it's
she has lots
pointing
of
at the
shinies.
seashells.
She has lots of shiny. She's very nice though. If you ask her politely, she may give you one.
Would you like one?
You say that in Sylvan?
Mm-hmm. What about a trade?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
Danger.
You don't need to be afraid.
No.
Titus pulls a glass marble out of its pocket.
Can I do a history check to see what am I looking at?
Animal handling check?
So what it looks like is essentially it looks like a very old man's face, but like black like an oil spill, like an iridescent sheen on black skin, but it's got like wispy wild gray eyebrows that are all like in different ways and like a sort of like a Roman nose and just a big downward face, like a pug face, like a downward facing pug face, but with some teeth kind of jutting out, like some mismatched toothy little faces. And mostly all of this is the same dark iridescence except for these giant peepers.
Are you a friend?
No, Boggle has no friend.
Why not?
Eden, you hear this, and you would know this now. Now that this creature has identified itself as a boggle, you would know what a boggle is. So here's a bit of a lore dump. Boggles are little boogies of the fairy tales. They lurk in the fringes of the Feywild and are found on the material plane, and they hide under beds and in closets, waiting to frighten folk with their mischief. They are born out of feelings of loneliness, materializing in a place in the where the Feywild touches the world in proximity to an intelligent being that has felt isolated or abandoned. For example, a forsaken child might unintentionally conjure a boggle and see it as an imaginary friend. The boggle might also appear in the attic of a lonely widower's house or in the caves of a hermit. They do petty pranks to amuse themselves at their pastime at others' expense. So you would know what this is now, Eden. You've probably dealt with boggles before.
If it's born from the loneliness of someone, does that mean if it makes friends, it ceases to exist?
Well, you wouldn't know that. Eden, do you want to give me a roll for that?
I would love that.
I want to make friends with it, but I don't want to like murder it by making friends with it.
Eden, did you share this information
19 Arcana.
with the party?
I will approach as I hear Boggle being named. 19.
No, you know that boggles are summoned by loneliness, but then once they're summoned, they don't de-manifest necessarily. They can die, like they are not very strong, but they do not have a natural lifespan and they do not de-manifest.
Yeah, I come by and I'm like, oh, I know your kind.
No one knows boggles.
Here.
No.
We know
I'm
you
not
now.
From here.
No.
Titus hands it the marble. No
Eden,
trade,
what's
only
the
gift.
boggle?
I'll explain to you what a boggle is. Yeah,
Titus
they come-
extracts its hand from the sticky hand.
They are conjured when feelings of extreme loneliness and abandonment.
Arcadia's gonna extend her shiny shell. Boggle,
No.
who conjured you? Why were you summoned? And by who?
Boggle. Boggles only here with boggles.
Can you take us to the other boggles?
More? And it points at your seashells. More?
Oh yes, I would love to give you some more if you took us there.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
17 plus 3. Okay, 20. Plus 16. 19. Okay, 20.
And you see, because it's floating in midair behind you, right? Like it's just the eyes. And now you can see the sort of, it's a little dimensional rift. It's created like a little window in reality. And as you extend your like hand out with the seashell, it gingerly just like steps out onto your hand and just kind of sits there. And it goes like crisscross applesauce. It like does not have a torso. It is a giant head and then like a tiny little body and quite big, relatively big arms and legs and feet. And it kind of sits down. It's got elf ears that are furry. You can see it's got some gnarls in it, like it's got a trunk bit out of its ear. And he says, "Boggle, boggle, boggle." And you look around you as in the willow trees, you just see pairs of eyes show up, just almost dotting the sky like stars.
Hi,
As
friends.
No, and they kind of all go, no, 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 friends, no one likes Boggle, Boggle, no friends. And this Boggle is like, no, presents for Boggles, presents for Boggles.
Did you all... Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Did you all come from the same entity? Were you all summoned together?
Boggle, Boggle alone, Boggle alone. No summon Boggle.
Could Titus, if I were to grab a handful of sand from the riverbank that's right there,
Sure.
like a big handful of sand, and then start picking up pinches of it and using my control fire to create little glass beads with it and start flicking it up to each of them. Could I do that?
Yeah.
And make a whole bunch of just glass beads and just throw them into the air so it shimmers as it arcs up.
So you flick one of these glass beads in the air, and immediately all the little lights blink out all around where it was and go, no, 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 no. And the bead falls to the ground. And then a minute later, a set of eyes appears at the ground, and you just see a hand reach out and go, for Boggle.
Yes. Would you like more? And I make a whole handful of them and just scatter them into the tree area.
And then like, it appears, you just see, like, it's like the Boggle steps out of its little rift and then reaches back in, and you see the glowing bead up in the tree now. Like, it's created like a little path.
Oh, like a portal?
Yeah, and it shows it to the other Boggles. Shiny. And then as you throw the rest in the air, it's like these little rifts just go all around the beads, and they're just like snatched out of
like
the
little
air.
bats flittering through
And
the
this-
air, grabbing mosquitoes.
Yeah, and you hear a chattering as suddenly they go, Boggle, 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 that's a present, a gift, a little gift, a shiny, add it to the shiny. Oh. And a few of the braver ones kind of like come down to the ground and like step out onto the ground and look up at Titus.
Titus picks up another handful of sand, but starts like mixing different colors of the different dirts that are there to make the beads different colors, and then tosses them about, and then keeps handing them out. It just continuously just keeps making these.
Arcadia whispers to Titus and kind of gives them like a little elbow nudge.
What?
Ask them about the Necromancer that we're here to see.
Do we know that? Do we know the name? Yet?
No,
Or no?
they have many names.
Yeah.
So, new friends. I'm very curious. One of the things that friends do for each other is give gifts. Sometimes gifts can be information. For Boggle and gift, and I hand a whole bunch more beads out.
Boggle, gift.
Sometimes a way to show appreciation for gifts is to share information.
Boggle doesn't know much.
Have you Do you know what a necromancer is?
No.
Do you know someone who likes playing with dead things?
And then that boggle kind of disappears, and a few around you is kind of like around.
Titus
And then
makes
you hear-
one giant glass orb, and it's slightly like keeping a fire underneath it, so it shimmers and glows and sparkles.
Finally, one of them cracks.
And mushrooms. Dead
And
things
mushrooms.
And mushrooms.
Dead things, mushrooms, molds,
Poison.
poison. I'm doing like the David Bowie thing with the orb now.
Yeah, it's you're like contact juggling, and these boggles are like using their teleportation to try and like catch it, but they're not. Their
And I'm
hands
just-
are too small. They can't quite get it around the big orb. So they're
Yep.
like they're trying though. They're trying their best. And okay, Titus, give me a persuasion check with advantage.
That's right underneath performance, which is right underneath perception.
I know they're very like I feel like those are some of the more common ones, but
All right. With advantage means I roll it twice. The first one was a 12. Second one was a 13. All right.
So the boggle kind of finally one of them grabs onto the orb and just like kind of plasters its whole body around the orb. Like it can't quite, but it's sticky. So one of the things about boggle oil is it can either be slippery oil or sticky oil. So this one has converted itself to sticky oil over its whole body. So it just kind of like itself onto the orb to hold on to it because it wasn't able to grab it and lift it. And that one looks at you. Of course. They're the slow ones. They move slow and they are scary. And I do not like them.
Who are the slow, scary ones?
The slow ones. They tend the mushrooms.
Would you show us where?
Oh, scary. Boggle doesn't like it.
Titus heats only the inside of the glass just enough to make the colors that are already in it swirl into like a galactic look, and still putting like lights through it from the control fire underneath.
Okay, maybe we bring you a little closer and you make more.
Yeah? Titus reaches down for another handful of sand.
And they just kind of poof, poof, poof all around you. And this little like parade of boggles starts following behind Titus.
Like a little Pied Piper.
Like a
I
little
swear
Pied
to
Piper.
God, I cried for these guys. I am
Um,
actively crying.
Can I tell you guys something? This was supposed to be a battle encounter. But immediately you went to the manifestation of loneliness and were like, hey, friend. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess that's all they ever wanted, hey?
And we're giving
Hey?
them things.
Yeah, they're lonely little beans. And you gave them things. We're friends now.
I'm not saying that Titus is actually super lonely and relates really hard and wants to give them the world, but
If someone hurts the boggles, chat for both. Well, I guess the boggles are safe now. They were supposed to be scary. They were supposed to steal from you and shit, but oh well. Nope. Okay. Danger approaches. Titus reaches out to embrace it. Eden adopts it. Arcadia somehow turns it on. That's how we do. Okay. So, the boggle that is kind of wrapped around the orb is kind of guiding you. Go this way, that way. And it's like nodding with its head because it refuses to let go of the orb. But the other ones are following behind Titus. They are like, but they're kind of like, you can tell they're kind of using you guys as like a shield.
so it's like
'Cause
soot
they're-
sprites following in my shadow.
Yes. I was thinking the Princess Mononoke, like the little forest.
Not the little
Yeah.
tittery boneheads.
Like those kind of guys.
Nikodoma!
Yeah.
Like them and the soot sprites from the other one had babies
Yeah.
because he said they're all black.
Yeah.
But
Well,
also
guys,
maybe they're children from Tim Curry's manifestation of smog from Fern Gully at the same time.
Okay, I can't cry more, so you guys need to stop because I'm having like a very intense emotional reaction towards these little guys, and
it's
I'm
We're
okay.
like,
bringing
They're
them
doing
home to the
great
manor.
now. They're happy. It's okay. Hey, Fenice.
We're adding them to
gonna
our
be
NBC
okay.
collection. We're adding them to our collection. They're gonna live with Titus in Titus's shop.
Hey, team. This is a little safety toolbox moment. The Boggles are gonna be okay. They've gained plot armor through Fenice's emotional investment.
The item is called Fenice's Tears, and it adds invincibility and 100% life force that never ends.
okay, I will stop. I promise.
You don't
Okay.
have to. We love you.
It's fine.
I mean, to be fair, Pinto also has plot armor, but did get fireballed. So you know what? Like they're not invulnerable.
Where can I get some of that plot armor?
I'll cry for you. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
We should start selling. You know how like people
It's
bottle
okay.
bathwater? We're gonna bottle Fenice's Tears for D&D people.
Fenice's tears are plot armor.
It is now literally a legendary item.
Wait,
Invaluable.
yes. That's canon. That's canon.
I love it. Okay. I'm okay.
I'm picturing, you know, that bottle that they used in the Lord of the Rings film that was like the light of and from, you know,
yeah.
like that's the bottle I'm picturing, glowing and everything, but filled with Fenice's Tears.
Absolutely amazing. All right. So
So Titus piping along.
you proceed with the guidance of the Boggles. And a random whale that showed up, I guess. I don't know what that sound was.
That was a big fat toad.
Oh, that was a fluke toad.
That was a. Yep.
And you end up going through a bit of a maze. Like numerous times you go like to what looks like a wall, and then as you come to it, you realize that like it was a trick of the light, like it was an illusion, and that when you get close to it, there's actually like you can turn sideways and keep going and turn. And yeah, Eden would know this is Fae bullshit 101. They love these kind of like twists and turns, things hidden in plain sight. You definitely feel like this is the correct direction. And hi, zombie pigments. The first time I see on the stream is you feet water. There's so much context. Now, you guys, we took our break late, but I don't know what's around this corner. Because if chat summons something, then there's something very different.
Yeah, chat, what the fuck are you doing? You gotta buy those tier waters. The invincibility Fenice tears need to be purchased.
Okay. I know we took a late break, but it is time for our second break, and last times you bamboozled me out of my second break.
That's true.
So we're gonna take
Hey.
time
is a human construct. Doesn't exist.
And what are you?
I am immortal. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
5-minute break.
Yes. Okay. Just like 5 minutes, you guys, because I gotta pee, and also I need to plan. Yep. BRB. Mics are hot, and so are you. Oh yeah. Okay.
I know I'm hella Aries, but I never remember what my moon is.
I'm your moon. Okay, are you ready?
You're my moon and stars, and it went away. That was a Willow reference. Do you not know Willow?
I do know Willow, just
You-
not well enough to have memorized the script.
You know that line where like Val Kilmer
No.
was like the dust of broken heart, and he was like, "You are my moon, my sun, my stars," and she's like, "I was your moon and stars," and it just went away because you know,
Yeah, I remember that.
like every
I
time
just
someone
saw
says moon
Willow,
and stars,
actually.
I think that line specifically.
So, I was definitely talking about Willow Smith, the singer.
Willow Smith is freaking amazing. fucking icon. I want to beat him
Team.
so bad. Yes. What? Hi, we're
Are
back.
you ready?
Hello, yes.
Oh, now we are.
Hi.
Hi, welcome back. You come around the bend and you see what looks like a mushroom garden with a glowing bottle in the middle of it. There is a winding path that goes through it, and you can hear the sort of shuffle of feet in the distance.
Titus still has handfuls and handfuls of glass, little shiny beads. They're purposely making them not round, so that way they have more facets, so they glint and shine more.
The boggles stop following you as they get to the perimeter of this yard. They kind of go, no, no. And the one on the orb, was like, mine
Titus
now.
carefully puts the orb onto like the broken off end of a tree that's kind of like created a pedestal and carefully sets it in that little perch, so it's there and held perfectly, and the lights like there's a beam of light that happens to like be passing through the trees right there and hits the orb just right, so the orb continues to glow. Thank you, friend. This is for you. And then Titus takes the rest of the handful of orbs and scatters it on the ground behind them.
And they all kind of go jumping around.
And Titus also leans into the one that stuck the orb and says, if you would like a home with friends, come see me at my workshop in the future. And like somehow it conveys like the idea of where that space is, thinking that maybe they could just portal there when they want. Lots of shinies.
I have 6 intelligence. I don't know what you're saying. I just hit the threshold for speech. Barely.
I'll come collect you later if you want to come with me.
Great. It just stares at you blankly. It doesn't say that because the boggle can't metagame. But it does stare at you in a very head empty way.
And it's his favorite kind of hope.
Yeah.
They just do what they're told without the thoughts.
And the as it says that, it goes, oh, the slow run, no, and it kind of just, it actually goes poof, and kind of steps out. It actually releases the orb finally and steps away.
Is there a little rift in the reality still there though, as it steps into that?
As it's stepping through, like it makes a window and then steps through and then closes it behind it.
I was gonna say Titus would like push the orb through the window that they made, so that way they get to keep the orb.
Okay. You just hear, but you hear it in the distance, like far away.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be like thud as it like tries to hold the orb, and then like, wait, why is it just like falls to the forest floor?
No, it can't fly, so it actually does go through to somewhere it can stand.
Okay.
It can teleport into midair, but it can only do sort of like reach through and grab stuff. It can't
Okay.
actually step through into midair.
Okay.
When the boggle says the slow ones, I would like to look at what they're talking about.
You don't have to look that hard. You see this garden laid out in front of you, and a low glow of bioluminescence like a shroud over the land. And you see a zombie shambling towards you.
We're here to talk. I don't want to destroy your slow guy. I am going to actively like move, like kite him. Does that make sense? I want to kite him.
Okay. As you
But
do
I'm not
that,
trying to attack.
a bugle that sounds like a legally nondescript mouse from what? Oh, okay, y'all. I don't know how to do imitation voices. Y'all are making me. Okay, another zombie appears a moment later. As starts following along the other one, going after you. And this one, could someone do a Mickey Mouse impressions?
Thanks, guys.
Girls, it's a zombie, but it goes ah ah. Help. That's what zombie Mickey Mouse would sound like. Are you happy, Jack? This one is a mouse person, though. This one is a zombie mouse person.
Okay. I'm still kiting them. I'm like, hello. We have gifts. We would like to ask a few questions if you had some time. I really don't want to mess up your helpers or whatever these are, as I'm like floating around, I guess, the
Titus quite loudly.
It's a bottle, right? It's a little bottle in the middle of the clearing.
Yeah, there's a little bottle.
Titus quite loudly also says, "Oh no, all of these mushrooms that we've gathered and nowhere to put them or give them, they're so strange and unique, and I don't know if anyone's gonna ever appreciate them the way they deserve to be."
As you say that, 4 zombies emerge from behind the trees beneath the garden and start walking towards you.
Arcadia is going to take out a beautiful, radiant pearl and sort of present it to the zombies. As she turns the faithless, they have to make beat a DC 14. I'll return for a minute.
For what? What are they doing?
Oh, sorry, wisdom save.
Not their strong point. One saves, and the other 5 turn around and start shambling away. But the one looks really confused. It was approaching Titus. It was kind of like halfway across the lawn. And it still looks like disoriented, and it's looking at the pearl. And it's like...
Titus turns to Arcadia. Is this not the Necromancer?
These appear to be... Well, I think we're close. I think these are the Necromancer's creation.
So you don't want me to burn it?
Animated corpses. They're probably, you know, if they're a necromancer, they probably help with the upkeep of this. That's why I don't want to disrespect.
Do you think we could use one of those bodies to put you in?
You get a little closer. It's got like a mushroom sprouting out of its ear. Like there's a gash, like the death wound on this like humanoid has like some little polypores growing out of it.
I'm gonna go get close to Analoke and Pinto and ask if Pinto can take out the jar with the mushroom that I had collected yesterday.
Ally.
Thank you, Pinto. I'm going to like put it on the flat of my sword and bring it over to the confused zombie.
Okay, here's what happens. The zombie goes to attack you. Does a 12 hit?
Nope.
Okay, so it goes and goes to claw at you.
I just like scooch over.
It's going to attack again.
Okay.
Ooh. Does a 22 hit?
Yeah, that does hit.
Okay.
Zombies got hands.
Yeah, you take 4 bludgeoning damage, and it knocks the mushroom to the ground. And there's a
Well-
little of spores. And that's when you hear it. You kind of see over this zombie's just beside its head what looks like a moth, a little Luna moth with green iridescent wings appears next to its ear and chatters in a voice so high pitched you can't quite hear it. And you just see this moth extend a little hand and tap the zombie, and the zombie crumbles to the ground, just like falls down like ka-thunk. And the moth flies away.
Arcadia is going to follow the moth.
I just would inspect the crumbles of the dead zombie.
It doesn't like it like crumbles like a person, not like a not like a ash or anything.
Wait, that was for you? Is that... Hello?
Are you following the moth?
I am respectfully looking at where they're going.
Okay. I say you can track this. All the zombies have turned away. You've evaded yet another encounter. And I, a moment later, Arcadia, you follow as the moth flies over to one patch of mushrooms that has a distinct sort of strange gnarled shape to it, and lands on one of them. It's just sort of idly flapping wings behind it, and takes a little bite, and then in front of you is a 2-foot fairy. She is covered in satchels. She has sort of like a book holster on her side. She has a big mushroom hat that she's wearing as a cap, and you can see her little moth antenna sticking out of the top of it. She has glowing yellow eyes, and something about her looks profoundly foreign. Eden is full fae, but this is full fae. There's something alien about this creature. She does not, although she has a humanoid upper body, her lower body is that of a moth. And she flies at eye level with you. And goes,
"Well, sorry, there was, I heard there was a mushroom."
Oh, yes. She seems like a little starstruck.
Oh,
Can Arcadia do a history check?
sure. Yeah, you recognize this. You've heard of the Grey Alchemist. You've heard of the Necromancer, the Death Druid, Hemlock.
She sort of like stammers over her words. Are you the winged light?
oh, yes, that's one of my names. I have a lot of names. Well, too many. It's a long life. Any stories?
I read books about you when I was a child.
Oh, that's nice. You can read.
She kind of flies back towards where the zombie knocked the mushroom off of Eden's sword. She just like flies away from you as you're speaking.
Yeah, I feel like Eden was trying to like
Pick the mushroom back up.
pick the glass out of what, because it probably like shattered or something. So like she like they are just scooching the glass out of the mushrooms.
Oh, no. I can do that. Thank you. Thank you.
Would Titus have heard the comment about reading that Hemlock said to Arcadia? Are they close enough that Titus would have heard that?
So Hemlock is speaking Sylvan.
So I kind of would know-ish because I know Elvish.
Yeah.
Okay. Titus would have slightly responded after Hemlock said the thing about reading and be like, I know it's surprising, right?
Oh,
And they fly over to Titus and sort of like pick at Titus's flaming hair. They go,
Careful.
what are you?
I don't know, really, but you do look quite flammable. I would maybe not touch.
Have you ever been autopsied?
You know, there have been some very interesting experiments that I've done that arguably could be considered a partial autopsy, yes.
Wonderful. I would love to see what's on the inside.
Yeah, you know what? Every single time that I have had these experiments, the results kind of come back different. And I mean, most recently I have, in more of a metaphysical autopsy, ended up incinerating somebody. They can be quite dangerous.
Mhm. Fascinating. I will bring you to my lab.
You have a lab?
Yes.
Titus gets very excited. Can I see it?
Yes. I would love that.
And she flies down and kind of scoops the mushroom with the glass.
Goes, there, little one.
As she flies back, presumably towards her house, Arcadia almost like imitating Gaius now in the way that he talks to Arcadia.
Where's Gaius?
He's just following
Good
behind.
question.
I think actually no, Gaius probably is taking care of the horses at the perimeter. Okay? As he was told to do.
She reaches into her bag and she gets her death spore mushroom. I brought this for you.
Oh. Fascinated. Oh, do you know the properties of this little friend?
No, but I bet you do. It's
yes.
necrotic and poison and
Yes, both. Isn't that lovely?
yes. And she hands it over.
Oh, goodness. Thank you.
And she just kind of like shakes it and like kind of like sprinkles the spores. And you watch as the spores release from this mushroom, they just like pick up on a breeze that you can't feel. And you watch as they go through like little, I'm imagining like, you know, this Cinderella transformation scene when the sparkles go around her, you know, it's like that, but they're creepy little death mushroom spores that just sort of go around the garden.
That sounds awesome.
And she said, well, if we have guests, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I had guests. But I could make tea. Sorry, my house is a little small for you, but here.
And she brings you over to one of the mushroom patches and gestures at a mushroom. She flies down to it, takes a bite, and poof, she's moth-sized again.
Titus immediately takes a bite as well. No hesitation.
Tiny Titus. Arcadia?
Mm-hmm. She does.
Tiny Arcadia.
I
Sword?
can't eat.
You just hear.
Mm-hmm.
Estelle comes up and just goes immediately, and is tiny Estelle. But she also then immediately takes a bite of one of the embiggening mushrooms. It gets big again and takes another bite of the smalling mushrooms and then puts both in her mouth at the same time, and just starts like flickering.
Forgive my child. She just was born and has a lot of energy as a fake creature has usually.
And Estelle flies up to you, little tiny Estelle flies up to you, and shakes a tiny and tinying mushroom over Eden's sword, so that the spores hit you, and you become Eden Toothpick.
Awesome.
And now you can see that that bottle is actually a little hut, a little house in front of you. And Hemlock goes,
Oh, well.
please do come in. And she opens the door and flies in.
Arcadia enters.
Titus also very quickly
follow.
enters excitedly.
So you enter this house that, as you might have guessed, is far bigger on the inside. It is in shambles. This place has books that are stacked floor to ceiling, but seeming like somewhat arbitrarily. There are sort of samples in jars that are precariously stacked, and there is a fireplace that is roaring, frankly a little loud, like a little aggressively for such a small, flammable, enclosed space to have such an active fire. And curled up in front of that fire is what looks at first glance like a black panther. On the ground, just kind of dozing by the fire. And Hemlock flies right through the room and to the other side and into the next room, chattering away.
Titus is
I
twitching.
wasn't expecting guests. Don't mind.
I have a question. Would Hemlock have a history or be talked about in the realm? Because, or are they more of a material realm type of fabled creature?
I think that Hemlock would be more known to Fae who had been on the material plane.
That's what I thought.
Porque no los dos.
Yeah, actually, if you want to give me a history check, there is a chance you might know something.
Titus is
17.
absolutely itching to organize the books.
Sorry, Eden, what did you roll?
17.
Okay. 7, that's pretty good. So you have heard of a family of moth druids in the wildlands, in a place called the Skazewood, which is one of the more stable parts of the wildlands. And they, they're death druids. So they were not necromancers, though. Definitely, they were out of character. They're grave clerics, so the opposite of necromancers.
Right.
But they were quite well known because there's many generations of fairies performing this service. So you might have heard talk of them because you explored the wildlands more than most.
I
Fae.
was in the wildlands lost for a while.
Yeah.
Perhaps I came across them.
Yeah, okay, let's say that. You ended up in Skazewood and you may have seen them. And although they didn't look quite the same, they had the same vibe to a certain extent. A little bit off-putting. So yeah, you may have heard of that, the family.
And do I know the family name? I mean, it wouldn't be the real name, obviously, because
I know. I'm trying to think of
shenanigans,
how
but
the chances of you running into Hemlock's family in the Feywild. Now, you were in the same area. Okay, I'm gonna need a pure luck roll,
sure.
like a D20. I'm gonna say you've
Just a
heard about them
D20.
because they're well known in their community, but to see whether you actually met them. D20.
13.
13. You met one. You met one of the death doulas, who was tending to another fairy who was actually giving you some service, who was near end of life, in the Fey way, where they were drinking from the cauldron of forgetting. So
The reset, the big reset.
yeah, this one was the big reset, and so this fairy was their name was River.
Got my notes.
Okay.
All right. I feel like it's something that like it would bubble up as I take in the mannerisms and we're there and talking to them. So going to just let that bubble in my mind as we're following Hemlock inside.
Okay. Do you all follow Hemlock?
Yes.
Titus will do so, but slower, because they're trying to catch the titles of all the book stacks that they're passing and wants to see what the books are.
I'm gonna say because yeah, they're actually in lots of different languages, and they are not filed in any way that makes sense to you.
Could I see if there's any specifically written in Primordial?
Yeah. Sure. Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Ooh, 26.
Wow, nice.
Oh,
Very nice.
You see a book in Primordial that has just like gilded edges and a worn leather cover where you can tell that it's been reviewed. It is just embossed and beautiful. Do you speak Primordial? Okay.
yeah.
It is titled The Betrayal of Transmutation.
Titus will make a note exactly where that was, but not touch it. And then continue following.
Great. Arcadia, could you give me a dexterity saving throw?
17 plus 18.
Okay. So you're walking across this kind of like cramped little library, cozy room, and past this feline creature, and your feet hit something you can't see, but you're able to kind of like right yourself and just kind of like backtrack a little, and the creature by the fire goes and opens its eyes and turns towards you. Its eyes glow. Not the way the boggles did, with a sort of like not the way like a raccoon does when it's caught the light. Like they glow with a fire within them. And I'm just gonna give this to you. This is evil. This is an evil creature. Your little paladin spidey senses are tingling. It's making direct eye contact with you. And you watch as it kind of like pulls up shoulder and does like a little cat press with its like and from its shoulders extend above it 2 tentacles,
Knew it.
one from each side, with each one ending in a pad and spiky protrusion. And they face you.
It's kind of cool.
Hemlock. Oh, she didn't actually say her name was Hemlock.
No.
Winged Blight.
Oh. Sorry, just making tea.
She's just in the room.
Can I have your attention here, please?
You just hear a little song in Sylvan.
Arcadia is going to attempt to disengage.
Great. You disengage. You kind of like are able to like step back. This creature is watching you, and it slowly stands, and it becomes very noticeable that this is not a panther, because in addition to the tentacles, it also has 6 legs, and each paw is just huge, like a dinner plate, and it kind of paws at the rug beneath it and starts kind of lazily sauntering towards you, but it is zoned in on you.
So with my disengage, I'm attempting to get to the room that Hemlock is in.
Okay, so I'm just gonna remind you of what happened. You went and you hit something with your foot, and so it's like, imagine you're in a room. There is a fireplace, there is a chair. So there's a fireplace, a panther, a chair. Okay? Then there's a little hall with some clutter, and you hit your foot in the hall. So what is your strategy to get to the other side of the room where the door is?
Okay, can I look down at what I hit with my foot?
There's nothing there. Yep.
Okay, can I do a Arcana or Religion check to see what this is?
Here's what I'll give you. I'm gonna say Eden knows what this is, because I can see Fenice is quaking. Fenice is just like, so Eden would be able to communicate with you.
Eden, I don't think this panther likes me very much.
That's not a panther, that's a displacer beast.
A what?
A displacer beast.
What the fuck is that?
Can I see if Arcana check to see if Titus would know what a displacer beast is from all their random readings and stuff? Because I really think it'd be funny if they knew what that was, but not what a cat is. History or
Like,
Arcana?
Yeah, no, history, I'll say, because it's research based.
Okay. I got a 22.
Yeah, you've done some reading on the Unseelie Court, and you know that they have, you just reading books about Fae. Sometimes they have pet displacer beasts, and they are very evil and used to do murders.
Well, Titus
know
is
what to
morally
do.
gray anyways. But what skill set would I know that they have? Like, in this
Oh,
situation,
they-
would I be aware of like the displacer stuff?
They shift. They have an ability where they are very hard to hit because they displace themselves. They create illusions
Kind of like our
that
little
they're
boggle friends.
very good hunters. They're really loyal pets once you train them.
Are
But
are they fae?
Sorry?
Are they
are
fae?
they fae? I think
Beasts.
they're monstrosities.
Trained, you say? They can be very loyal once trained?
Yeah, but usually you would like get them from like a professional trainer that deals with this and like has been doing this. This is not, you know what? This
Titus,
is not
shut
like
up. It looks like it's going to kill me.
So, Arcadia, this creature comes right up to you, and it kind of pauses for a moment. Its tail is swishing, and you're ready. Like you're like, you know, you're like disengaged in the sense like you're trying to get around it, but like, I don't know what you're planning on doing, but I think you're just kind of like, is that what you're planning on doing? You're not moving yet. You're just trying to figure out the situation.
Yeah.
Animal handling skills.
Hemlock, is this displacer beast yours?
Oh, is that Foxglove? Oh, I think she's napping. Just leave her alone.
No, she's right here on us. Like very
Titus
close.
calls, does she like balls? And I pull out another one of the glass orbs that like I've made a whole bunch of them to throw out, and I just have another glass orb. And then like I roll it across the floor. Here, kitty kitty.
This displacer beast kind of looks up at you, and you see as it like lowers down onto its front, kind of hunkers down, and then pounces and jumps at you. And its claws are extended, and its tentacles, Eden and Titus, you see as its tentacles kind of go to like wrap around Arcadia. Titus, does an 18 hit?
Not if I cast shield. Which I, of course,
Shield
do.
reaction.
Shield
Yeah,
react,
it's a
yeah.
reaction.
Yep.
Okay. So the illusion in front of Arcadia shatters, and you see the displacer beast on top of Titus. Titus, you are able to throw up your shield just in the nick of time to block its tentacle as it attacks you. It is going to go with a second attack. Does a 19 hit?
Not with that shield still up.
You can't.
It doesn't it? It increases my AC for like a whole turn, doesn't it?
Is it for a whole turn?
Oh yeah. Is it?
It says an invisible barrier magic force appears and protects you until the start of your next turn. You have +5 bonus to AC.
Okay. Yeah. You manage to block both of these displacer attacks. And it kind of back to the ground in front of you. What do you do?
I roll that glass ball that I pulled out of my pocket across the floor to see if it's like, here, kitty kitty, go get the ball.
It's canonical that Titus doesn't know what cats are.
Right.
That's a dog. A dog typically chases a ball.
I mean, my cat chases balls, but my cat's more like a dog than a cat anyways.
Your cat chases glass orbs?
Yeah, and bouncy balls and hair ties. And
Oh, hair ties.
she likes
Hair ties,
to play she likes to play with hangers. I don't even know. Wadded up
that's
pieces of
fair.
paper.
This one has more interesting prey in front of it, though. So, unfortunately, this brilliant strategy does not work. Would you like to take an action? I'll say that is your bonus action.
Well, I don't want to hurt their pet. But I don't want to die. So Titus would also then cast False Life, which for an hour, I with a necromantic facsimile of life, I gain 1d4 plus 4 as temporary hit points for the duration. And what level did I just cast that at? Does it say? I just rolled max on that too. I just got 8 more hit points.
Nice.
Okay, as you cast this spell, you watch as around you some of those specimens and vials seem to glow. And there is like a dead bee in a jar that flutters for just a second. And there's like a lantern full of dead fireflies that illuminates. Just a briefest pulse of light. And you hear the fluttering of wings, and Hemlock flies back into the room. She goes,
Oh, necromancy.
and kind of flies up to Titus.
Did you do that?
Yes, it's part of why we wanted to come meet you. I'm an admirer. Not very good yet, but I thought maybe I could learn from you a little.
Oh, well, you just got much more interesting to me. Down, Foxglove.
And Displacer Beast kind of stares at Titus. And then drops its displacement. It's in front of Arcadia. And kind of slowly saunters back to the fire, but never drops eye contact.
My. Well, please come into the kitchen. I don't know why you're still in here.
Your pet tried to... Never mind.
We had an encounter with Foxglove, and yeah, we couldn't pass.
He's a spicy friend.
Oh, I forgot.
You have, and she points to your feet.
Ground Dweller. Right. Forget about that sometimes. Next time, if you fly, you won't run into Foxglove.
Does necromancy teach you flight too? I can learn that?
Well, that's the spirit.
Titus immediately starts
Necromancy-
writing notes down.
Necromancy can't teach you to fly, but it can raise your spirits.
Titus is writing down word for word everything Hemlock is saying.
Unfortunately, I don't think that I can fly.
No, not with that attitude. Now,
Well,
please.
with any attitude, I think.
Oh,
But yes, what's in the kitchen?
tea.
Oh, great. Lovely.
And she brings you into the kitchen, which is just an apothecary cabinet with a cauldron in the middle of it, and dried spices that are hanging like garlands from the ceiling, like everywhere. And it is very much clearly designed for someone who flies. Like lots of things are just stored on the ceiling, like it's like a 360 experience. In fact, everything is kind of off the ground to give, and except for like Foxglove has like a big mat in the on the ground, and then other than that, there's like some yarn that's been destroyed.
Titus would immediately offer to help heat up the tea.
Oh. Well, I started the fire, but
And they point to the cauldron, which is kind of just starting to percolate.
Titus's control flames gets it perfectly to temperature immediately, like a flash boil, but then holds it at the exact perfect temperature that you need. Like tea's temperature should actually be at like 129 degrees, versus coffee you want about a little 135, 140. So Titus gets it to the perfect tea temperature immediately.
oh, wow. I think that's fascinating.
It's very useful. Can't waste time. Too many things to make.
Yes, that's what I always say. That's what I always say. Oh, well then.
Speaking of making things, we heard you're the expert on making bodies.
Bodies.
Remaking bodies, I guess I should say.
Oh, remaking. Yes. Well, it's already been made once. I'm not much of a conjurer myself, but reanimation, yeah.
Exactly the thing we're looking for. An expert in something so masterful that it would need to be a master to do it for us.
Well, I'll serve tea. But, don't take this the wrong way, but I think it's good that you've decided to upgrade your body.
Oh, that's a long, ongoing project. I have many plans for that, but in the meanwhile, I have a slightly less aspirational project that I would like maybe your insights on.
Oh?
At that point, I was like, the sword, the mini sword Eden will kind of be like, yes, actually, my body was destroyed.
Titus pointedly looks in a different direction.
And I came to be trapped in my sword.
Oh.
And she flies over and just kind of starts poking it.
Well, this is fascinating. Look at this workmanship. Goodness. Ooh, there's magic in this. I would love to run an experiment on you.
I mean, if it would help me regain my body and possibly my soul be put back where it belongs, that I would be sure.
In a body. What's wrong with this one? This is an excellent body. Look.
This sword cannot hold us. It's not made for holding souls.
Oh, well, it seems to be holding yours.
It's not just me.
What?
Yes, it's not just me in here. And if we stay here, we'll be lost.
How many are in there?
She kind of taps on the blade.
Me and another.
Two souls. 2 souls in a weapon, a legendary weapon. Fascinating. I need to take some notes on this.
Titus hands over the notes they've already been taking on the unusual circumstances of Eden's situation, because they've been taking notes on everything.
Oh, goodness. Wow. Oh. Really?
Exceptionally calligraphic and everything.
Oh, the silver cord. Astral projection. My.
Indeed.
Oh. You're not from here.
I am not from here, yes. I am from where you're possibly from.
Where I'm from many places. I'm from here. I'm from this swamp. I'm from these woods.
Mm-hmm. I'm from here now, but I wasn't from here before.
Oh. Well, can you drink tea without a mouth?
No, I can't taste anything.
That's fair. Most food is dreadful. That's why I prefer not to eat. Now, here you are.
And she hands Arcadia, Titus, and Estelle a cup of tea.
I would like to inspect the tea.
Yeah, give me a little investigation check.
19 plus dirty 20.
Yeah, it's poison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely. It's not like a murder. It's a sleeping poison, essentially.
Arcadia pushes it away from all of us.
Titus will have taken their cup and flash heated it in their hand, though, as they picked it up, hot enough to burn off the toxins from it. You know how you can like boil alcohol out of alcohol?
Yeah. For sure.
Arcadia's gonna push away her cup. Her own cup.
And then you drink it. Estelle drinks it. Estelle doesn't give a single fuck.
Of course, Estelle doesn't give a shit.
She actually tries to get inside the cup. She's not actually that, like, because the house is small and she's small, so she is still now a Furby-sized creature trying to get inside a teacup, but she thinks it's a bird bath. It's not.
Titus takes a small sip and then offers the rest to the cat watch, which has been sleeping on their shoulder this whole time. I'm gonna just say it's been sleeping.
Yeah, I guess I had one of those little mushrooms too, and I'm here. Hey! I am a fire mote, and I don't fuck with water or any liquids.
I mean, it's hot enough now, it's practically steam.
That's literally not how this works.
Yeah.
And
she's like, suppose you should never meet your heroes. Why are you trying to poison us?
Titus, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Would I get advantage because I only had a sip and I superheated it?
No.
That's just not how poison works, I think. It's just,
I don't know. You know what? I got a 14.
Titus just boof right on the table, asleep. And that, kids, is a reminder that while most mushroom toxins are, will be, you know, like the coprine that is in morels, will be removed with heat. Amatoxin is heat stable. So
I just highly concentrated it is what I did. Made it into
yes,
syrup.
You literally did. The water boiled off a bit, but the amatoxin did not.
Sleeping tea reduction, anybody?
It's like a concentrate now, a tincture. A 50 Loa Kilo. 2 rounds of inspiration for every PC, True Strike for every PC, 2 mass cure wounds, 2 inspirations for Hemlock. Jesus fuck.
And we hit the 200 mark.
And we hit the 200 mark. Okay.
Heavy hit. Oh, hold on.
Wait,
we
what
need a
is
list.
it? Like, we need a list. Yeah, wait.
I'll put it in Discord. Hold on,
we
let me get
already
it.
had 2 inspirations.
Yeah, somebody who isn't me write that down.
So we've
I'm writing it down.
4 now.
Hold on, I'll get the activity feed and see if I can't get all the notes from this. All right, this is what they put. I'll put it in chat.
Okay,
Discussion.
great. Well, most of this is going to be resolved next session because it's already 9:30. But there is one thing that's going to happen this session because, hey friends, do you know what time it is? And at that moment, the door to Hemlock's little cottage is thrown open, and you see the half-moon shape carved into it. Just has a sort of radiant beam of light that shines on the motes on the fire. You turn back and see as an undead creature just steps into the cottage with heavy feet. A tiny giant, but a giant that presses against the ceiling. You notice, as it does, has a very distinctive feature. Bright green abs.
No.
And Zombie Shrek says to you, "What are you doing, Miss Swamp?" And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. You are welcome. Please follow us as we head on over to the after party and come back next week to hang out with Zombie Shrek. Who are we rating, friends?
Me.
Adrian.
Okay. Thank you, Brave Bugs.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Listen, if it had been earlier, y'all would have got the zombie dragon and zombie donkey too. So.
Oh my.
So if anything, you're lucky. It's only.
You say that now, but we're already tied us down.
Test.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Yes.
I changed my input back.
Oh, we're still live, just so you know.
But for the music, it's for the.
Oh,
since the
okay.
No, I
music
got
is-
rid of the music.
because we're doing a hype party.
Muting
Oh.
and unmuting my
Well,
shit.
here's what I'm gonna play us out with.
Hype us up.
They-
Hype us up.
You can't hear it though, because I'm not sharing audio. Wait, hold on. I'm going to share audio on Zoom. Wait for me. Just don't speak, or you'll get double echo. Woo! All right, friends, let's hang out with Adrian now. Thank you. I love you all. You're beautiful beings. Goodbye. For now. Hello, that part.
Hope you're thirsty.
Now I'm gonna stop sharing so you can speak.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stop. How do I stop? It doesn't want me to stop.
yeah.
Stop. There it is. There you go. Okay, you're free. You're free.
Well, let me give you all your shout outs too. So
I can hear
you guys,
it still, though.
everyone who's still here, make sure you're following. Oh my goodness. All of the people.
All of the people.
Why can't I hit enter? There we go. There's Fenice. Shout out to Elephane. And enter. And then Owlbear. Ow. Thank you for the follow. Also, Stinky Steps. Stinky Steps. That's a funny name. It's like Misty Step, but it's Stinky Step instead. It has the inverted effect. Instead of making you like be able to disappear between one place and another, every time you Stinky Step, everyone else disappears because of the sting.
Everybody within 30 feet of you
Immediately collapses to the ground.
Constitution saving throw first.
Yes, and then lingering poison damage every turn afterwards if you're still within the space where Stinky Step happened. We should start
I love
doing
it.
blur spells too.
No.
I think. it
Or
would
the
be
Blur's
really-
creations.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe that tracks. That tracks.
I love how Finny just instantly like, no.
No.
Enough is
like-
enough.
I'm like, no, but then like I guess I'm also saying yes for the Blur's creations, which probably is worse because then we can't use it, but Gnome can. So like I guess it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Welcome all the raiders. Everyone, I've been here the whole time though, so I guess I'm not new. If you weren't here for the introductions, hello, I'm Adrian DRIGGZ. I stream D&D sometimes, but mostly Destiny too. And I like food and motorcycles and kitties and D&D. And for those in my chat, this is Elephane here below me. This is Gnome Ann over there, and then it's Finichi Starlight, Butimus at the bottom there.
I'm just gonna grab some food and I'll be right back to chat.
Go grab some food. All right, so I guess we're gonna have to collaborate and metagame who we're giving our fancy moments to. But
I already know. Immediately, I had such a strong response to the boggles. The boggles are my moment. Protect boggles everywhere. They're just lonely guys. They just
They're
won't
just
pray.
little guys.
I don't think Gnome understood what they were doing when they were talking about the sad little guys. How did they think that we would ever try to fight the sadness?
I just
We're a bunch of sad bitches ourselves. We cannot fight that.
and how they like and just how Gnome described them, like it was just too wholesome. Like I'm like, you know me. Like I am going to try to adopt all the curse shit. Like you can't put that in front of me.
Exactly.
What are you thinking is going to happen? I'm going to have everybody adopt a boggle. Today is Adopt a Boggle Day. Go to your local boggle and adopt it. Okay? Thank you.
Chat seems to think that Gnome's already seen the D&D movie already because the Displacer Beast was on Target. That's spoilers, Critter. You can't talk about that yet.
Yeah,
It's only been 2 days. Don't talk. No spoilers. No spoilers for the D&D movie. I still have to get
I
friends
have
to go
not
dress up
seen
with
it.
me. Same. So no spoilers.
The Displacer is a very classic D&D monster.
It is. It's
Yeah.
a super classic. It's a great classic beast. It's so fucking dope.
Lohakila wants to know if maybe there could be something added to the spell menu where they can make a blur spell happen. Kind of like Wild Magic Surge, but like a blur spell instead. And it should be like 26.66, so it's like 666.
Maybe one day. You gotta give my little creative brain a break though, because I got one brain cell.
Maybe
Like,
if you guys want to put ideas in the Discord about that, we will consider adding that to the mix. That
Or
would
even
be
if
more
you
of a
wanna say
community
just
collaborative
Cursed spells
in general.
as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can take our favorite.
Yeah. Okay, so you missed some of it, Gnome. Eden's moment was the blursts or the boggles.
Yeah.
We love them and we want to keep them forever.
Yep.
I'm not saying we
and
would trade other
I-
NPCs, but maybe.
And also today will be the National Save a Boggle Day.
Yeah.
And
Adopt a boggle.
Adopt a Boggle Day. So yeah, that's also going to be canon.
For just
Everybody on
69 cents a
today's
day, you
Can I
could
also just
support
say-
your own boggle.
Like I come up with most of the creatures you encounter in the world are homebrew, at least to a certain extent. But with some of my favorite canonical creatures are the Fey manifestations. There are lots of creatures that like are at the intersection of the Feywild and the material realm, where they manifest by some phenomenon, like something happens or someone feels a strong emotion, and that just makes them appear. And I just think that is so fucking cool that they are my favorite creatures. So I was like, well, if we're going Fey, we're going to be bringing some manifestations.
We're going
I
Fey
love
the
it.
way. If we're gonna go Fey, we're gonna go Fey all the way. Fey the way. Fey up, Fey
I'm
up.
gonna fade away.
Come fade away.
Like my
come
brain
fade
cells.
away with me. Yes. Okay. So, Ellie, what is your moment?
I liked the I love solving puzzles. I think that's very fun for me. So sort of like deciphering the map and these little clues like sprinkled in, like just the whole getting there was fun for me.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked that it wasn't just you follow this road and turn left at the woods. Like, I don't know. I
It
liked
wouldn't have been. It can't be.
this was so much better.
Nothing Fey is that easy.
Nope.
No. And I love it. I love it so much. For my I don't know. Gnome, do you have a favorite moment? And I'll do me last because I gotta decide.
I mean, I'm very biased. My favorite moment is getting to play Hemlock again, and getting to play around with the idea of playing Hemlock much later in her life. So for anyone who doesn't know, Hemlock is a character in a campaign I played with Ellie and Adrian on a different channel, on Scarlet 64's channel, and Out of the Abyss. So it was a story about her escaping from the Abyss, the Underdark. And yeah, I just really, really love this character. So I just I got to think about, like, you know, when you're not playing a character anymore as a player, like sometimes I just sit around thinking, like, I wonder what they're up to still. So that's for me as a DM, getting to do that, like my little epilogue. was very fun for me.
I
I mean,
love
things
it.
haven't turned out great for her, though. I'm not gonna lie. So, whoops.
Oh no. We're gonna find all about that. We're
Oh,
gonna
did
find
you-
out.
Oh, you didn't get it. Okay. That'll be a revelation.
Yeah, I didn't get something.
Mm.
I don't know. No metagaming. Titles will get it or they won't. I don't know. They're sleeping on the job right now. I would have to say my favorite moment was when you let me subvert the encounter with glass beads of shinies for our Hoggle buddies.
Yes.
I was like, I think this would be fun, but like, I feel like that sounds like it's too easy of an out. So I'm going to try to really sell it and I hope you buy it. And you did, and you liked it. And it made me really happy that you liked it because I thought it was cute.
I love creative problem solving for encounters. So yeah, I know. I do think it's funny that there were lots of potential encounters and y'all were just like, nah. I'm like, cool. Great.
Wispy waspy dancy wancy through the forest.
Yeah, I love that.
To grandmother's
Great.
house we go. One
Oh,
of us
yeah,
may be wearing a red cape.
The boob for stealth advantage. The
Yes.
partial cover
Oh my
That was
god,
great.
that was fucking
was good.
hilarious.
I mean, when you said that Arcadia leaned over me and I got distracted by boobs, I had to use it, right? Like, I couldn't just let that go. Titus would have only seen the thing because of boobs and then been like, hand.
That's so valid.
I also really like the little moment with Estelle. That we were, I was like showing the puddles and like,
Oh,
I
the
thought that
little
was really
mommy
cute.
teachy moment.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was really
Yeah.
cute too.
That was really cute.
Oh,
Yes, Diggerton did so many clips tonight. I kept seeing them pop up in your chat.
Wait, you call them Diggerton?
Yeah. Well, sometimes I call him Tigertron. So,
Okay, no.
Like
I call-
Bridgerton with a D.
Yeah, that's what.
well, when I glance at it, my brain says Digimon, but I know it's not Digimon. I'm not. I might be a little dyslexic. Okay.
No, that's so funny though. I love
I
that.
swap letters and numbers all the time, and I just make things up as I go, and everybody knows it.
Yeah, no. I call them Tiger. But listen, Tiger. I understand that you think Tigertron is your name, but apparently it's Diggermon. Diggertron.
It's Diggerton.
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 Lord Diggerton. What were you up to tonight? Did you have a good cup of tea?
I said DJ Tron the
DJ
first
Tron.
time. Mhm.
Amazing. So you can be like
Yep.
Hemlock, where you have many names because
So
of your
many.
amount of power.
I literally, like, when people follow, which by the way, also Raccoon, thank you for the follow. JPP. Raccoon. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, it happens, right? Getting a nickname for me is a blessing, but you get multiple blessings, so sometimes it's not the same nickname.
Don't we have an ongoing NPC list in the Discord? Someone add Lohikilo, add Lord Diggerton. To the,
Lord
to the
Diggerton
NPC.
has got to be the next.
Lord
If I get to keep
Diggerton,
one of the
yeah.
hoggles, I mean the boggles. If I get to keep one, I want to name it Lord Diggerton.
I also liked being able to play with the music again.
That was really nice.
Yes,
You add
yes,
so much
it was
atmosphere. I love it. It was bueno to have music.
It was nice to be able to like add those little RP moments and like interacting to our surroundings. Like the fucking like, oh, an owl. That's a raven.
Yeah, Titus doesn't know animals at all.
Or like when we had that moment with Gaius and like Eden and Gaius were kind of like fighting and like I'll take a wolf
yeah,
because there was like howling in the background. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, you did a great job, Ellie.
Thank you. I put a lot of work into it.
Landshark said their favorite moment was when Hemlock blatantly said how nice you can read.
Yeah.
I love how oblivious and mean Hemlock is.
Yeah. It's
Titus loves it too.
It's
because-
the just
yeah.
very blunt, matter of fact insult, but doesn't realize it's an insult.
Yeah.
Is very yes.
I mean, Hemlock knew that you shouldn't recommend people replace their bodies unless they say it first, probably from experience.
This is why Titus went the route about a project for a body that they did, thinking that they needed to like creatively inspire them about an idea of a project that could be a little bit complicated for us, but not so complicated for Hemlock. So they could be like, yeah, of course I can do that. That's not a big deal. But like also think it's tricksy and fun.
Also, y'all, I wrote Hemlock as a character before I knew I was autistic. A lot of shit making sense. Like, just a lot. Me writing a non-binary character who's like completely androgynous. Maybe like, yeah, I think I'm non-binary. Me writing a character who's like over the top autistic. Be like, yeah, me too. I'm like, fuck, man. D&D really do be just breaking my brain sometimes. All right, friends. I gotta dip because I have to do things still before my Betty Bye time. But before I go, does anyone have a wish for next session?
Titus has a few wishes that are not really story related, but just Titus wishes. So Titus would love to learn more necromancy related things. They like have, as they've been researching, trying to find a way to bring Eden back, they've been like more and more obsessed with the idea of necromancy as a whole. And so they would want to maybe see if they could learn something from Hemlock, necromancy wise. And then the second one being like just more primordial reading, because they feel like anything they can get from Hemlock as a trade for primordial books has to be fascinating, because they think Hemlock is fascinating. Or rapidly falling, I wouldn't say in love, but like in obsession with Hemlock.
I appreciate that Arcadia is like started enamored and is getting less enamored over time, and Titus is doing the inverse of starting so irreverent and then being like, wait a second, hold up.
You dope. You dope. Yeah.
I have a wish.
Wish I may. Wish I might.
I hope we get. I hope Hemlock has some information about. I closed my notes, but
the beast that we have to go after.
The beast that we're looking for in the Feywilds.
The white deer boy, deer wolf boy,
whatever it is.
Caden Hunt of Aldermere.
Yeah. That.
Yeah. Good job. That'd be pretty cool if they did.
I wish that Hemlock is not trying to just, experiment on all of us, and instead wants to, maybe have like a collaboration versus you wake up and you are disemboweled on a little thing
table.
Yeah.
Titus probably wouldn't mind so much.
Both your kidneys, okay? You could spare one.
You know what would be really cool, really cool, since we just had a blurst its way through the door? Maybe like we all become besties with Hemlock, because Hemlock is like, what are you doing in my swamp? And we help them defeat, and maybe Hemlock fights with us as opposed to being an enemy, and then we become besties with Hemlock because we help them get rid of a competitor in their swamp.
I have a new wish. My wish is that Eden's body goes into Sexy Shrek.
No, I don't want that.
I like how every week Fenice is like, I wish to have a body again. Listen.
And like they're trying to shove me into whatever at this point. Like literally
constantly.
Beggars
like
can't be choosers, okay?
Beggars? what? I'm going to murder Titus.
Yeah.
Someone should.
I am going to do it.
It would be.
I can harvest the organs.
Yeah, I'll give the organs to Hemlock, and then like Hemlock will give me a body.
Wonderful.
Perfect.
It'd be a beautiful trade. You might end up part Titus. Oh no, two spirits, one body instead of two spirits, one sword.
Jesus. first act with a Finici's first act when she gets hands back is to throttle Titus.
Gonna throw them at Titus.
Yoit!
What are you doing, Step Faye? Same body.
Oh my god. All right, friends, I got a dip.
Okay.
But I don't know what you're.
I want to see. Oh wait, hold on. Does anyone know if Blackwater is still live?
Yes.
They are.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I think it's the perfect person to raid because they're doing a dice giveaway, and I hope they haven't done it yet because I want to enter.
Do it for the dice.
Do it for the dice. Dice goblins unite. Hold on. So we're gonna. Okay. So as a quick sign off, everyone say a little bit who you are, where we can find you on the internet, and yeah, it's just those two. Those are good.
Hi, I'm Elephant everywhere. Follow me. Yay.
Hello, I'm Phoenicia Starlight, variety streamer. Do a lot of shit. Coming through. Hi.
Hi, I'm No Man. I'm a god. Just say my name into the mirror 3 times when it's dark, and I'll appear.
Turn around.
Must have mushroom sacrifice, or it won't work.
Follow the raven's call too.
Oh, true. Bioluminescent mushroom raven call. It'll bring you to No Man's
Hut.
small.
Also,
Yes,
yeah,
Wiki, though, what?
certain mushrooms stable. In fact, the most dangerous one, including busy. So watch out for Amanita phalloids. It is
I don't know.
sick.
Totally.
It do be like that. Okay.
Okay, so cool. Perfect. Do that. Also, apparently, no, I need updated overlays. The one you sent me has 2 E's at the end of your name.
Yeah, I think you've also got the wrong Fenice as well.
I do. You know what?
2
Like,
of them are wrong.
every
You're
time you
50%.
update them. You know what? I was less than 50% because Arcadia's was wrong too, and I fixed it.
Okay. Wait, is Arcadia's right now?
It's right now. Well, it's right-er. It's
I
still
actually
one
don't
of the
think
old
it
ones.
is.
It's,
I
at
don't-
least it says Arcadia.
No, yeah, that's not right. That's not Arcadia's current avatar.
I don't know. You guys don't always up to me. I don't know.
Okay,
All
bye,
right.
friends.
Okay, bye, guys. Make sure you say hi, and they're doing a dice giveaway, so blow up their chat and love them. We love you. See you next week. Or TPK.
Oh my fucking god! Don't
Mwah.
say that.
All right, we are no longer live.
Okay, I gotta go. I'm dying. Goodbye, friends.